That's us on camera.
Oh, exciting.
Perfect. Cool. So who would like to do a recap for the
Absolutely not.
audience, I suppose?
Oh, well, my notes got... I forgot to take them, so...
You forgot to take notes. Wonderful.
Well, I got too immersed last time, so I stopped halfway through the session.
Right, Vinny, what's just happened?
So, after waking up after having a phenomenal dream for me, everyone else doesn't seem so happy about their dreams. Don't know what could have happened. I was almost brutally assaulted by my dear companion, so I did as anyone would and made them drink mayonnaise and dump vinegar on them. But don't worry, everyone else is compensated because I gave them honey and milk. I'm a true hero.
I feel like the brutally attacked part has been taken out of context. But...
I was in danger.
Okay.
Do we want to hear that from Sorren's point of view? How in danger was Stan?
No, you don't need Soren's point of view.
Okay, sorry.
I don't think I'd even looked at you
Speaking from
yet.
Stan.
I was just drinking.
You did ambush him late at night trying to have a
Oh, yeah,
conversation.
Yeah.
You did. You
I did
ambushed
do
him
that.
late at
Stole
night.
my bed.
By trying to be nice and talkative to him, you ambushed him dreadfully in the middle of the night.
I did steal your bed, that's true.
You did.
I mean, to be fair, it was your bed to start with.
It was my bed.
No.
I stole the stolen
Yeah.
bed back. And you weren't even using the bed, so... I think I was in the right.
It was nice to have though. Completed the room aesthetic. Really brought the whole place together.
I'm sure.
It was a nice bed, but however,
No,
rather than spending your hard-earned cash on another room, you all shared the same beds again.
Yeah.
You're staying in a room on your own, Stan.
With a
You
barricaded
and
door.
Brochan are sharing, so Sorren and Brochan, and then Needle is privately off in their own little sanctuary as well. You all awakened from your dream sequences of various descriptions. Some of you having a wonderful evening where you're meeting your goals, chasing your expectations, and winning generally overall in life.
Things are going
Other
good.
people were not so lucky. Sorren, you had a difficult night. Brochan, not too difficult. You were kind of 50-50, depending on how you're feeling about it. And Needle, you had a very confusing night. Very confusing indeed.
It's like, when you put it in that kind of perspective, I feel kind of attacked by the DM.
You are being attacked. You're being attacked by something, and you're not sure what.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yourself.
Myself.
Something is definitely attacking you in these dreams.
Nice.
Yeah, so you're happily sitting down for breakfast. Some of you way more happily than others. Some of you way less happier than others. Some of you with edible drinks and food. Some of you with completely inedible monstrosities of beer and mayonnaise.
I hate that it's real. I hate that it's real.
The mayo is real. And the chat, everyday mayo is real. A running joke.
The mail is real.
Next month we're sponsored by Heinz.
We're also looking for a contract with Hellman's.
Yeah, Hellman's.
Hellman's,
sorry.
if you're seeing
Oh,
this, reach out.
That's the Hellman's contract gone. I've already
Oh.
mentioned Heinz. Fuck.
Craft.
Damn. Yeah, so you guys are in a city called the Smokestacks. It is a flying city that is mostly run by a dwarven government. That government maintains the course, maintains the city's general infrastructure, and of course chooses where it will land eventually. And as far as you guys know, you are stuck here until you can pay for transport off the city, or wait a couple months until it lands in a location you're not quite sure where.
Did we ever actually check how much it costs to leave?
No.
Oh, okay.
What,
We should
that
do
would be
that.
nice.
You guys arrived, went, we need money to leave, and then went and found jobs. So you're not sure how much, but
You did say it was.
you did know it was
comes
more.
around a time interval.
Yes,
Yeah, as
so
well.
the island itself, the floating island that the city is built upon, is controlled by the local government and does land every now and again to refill resources. However, there is private ships that fly from the surface to up or from different sky cities. There are like fast versions to travel between cities that don't necessarily involve magic. Obviously, not everybody can cast the kind of teleportation needed to just bounce around all over the globe. But there are pedestrian ways. You can basically take ferries and cruises every day to go wherever you want. Some will take a lot longer than others depending on where you are. But to get to the ground, like an hour and a half, 2 hours of travel type thing, to get to specifically right below where you are. But if you want to go to a specific location, obviously that's very different. And yet you're not too sure how much that'll cost, but you knew that it would be more than the 0 gold you had on you when you got here.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you immediately went and found jobs. You took part in a fun little murder mystery campaign where it turned out, shocker, the guy who started the campaign was the murder victim. And he was murdered. You guys found his bodyguard. Wave high, Stan. You failed dramatically. The bodyguard who was meant to guard the body did not know where the body was when the rest of the party found it mangled and bloodied. Using the bodyguard's connections, you journeyed to a little manor house in the city known as Brightwood Manor, home to the Brightwood High Elves.
Very rich.
Very rich, incredible amount of lavish stuff, although they are only paying Stan below minimum wage. The party meets a very fun and loving person called Edmund, who immediately accosts Stan, threatening his life for failing his job, accuses both his brothers of having died as well, which they did not, and then accused both his brothers of having done the murder, which again they did not. Edmund is a stable and loving person.
We should all try to be like Edmund.
Stan, less than an hour later, made a deal to serve him in the murder of a new person.
In fairness, he
Asked
well,
He asked, and Stan was like, "Yeah, I'll murder someone."
it was for money though.
It was for money, and significant more money than you were being paid at the moment. Stan has made a vow to this person who happens to be a paladin and takes things very seriously.
And apparently doesn't announce when he's gonna make a vow.
Yeah, yeah. Why would he?
Very nice of him.
Yeah. Sometimes people are like that. So you guys took a small job to find the mother that was still missing of the Brightwoods. The father was the murder victim. The mother was missing. You just came across another bodyguard, not of the father's, but this time of the mother's, called Draxus, a crystal gem quartz dragon, dragonborn, sorry,
more competent than Stan.
who is incredibly competent and
so competent.
immediately sorted shit out, found the mother, got her home, everything's all fine. Turns out the mother's in a coma. Needle, speaking to their patron, found out that if they find some secrets of the lovely people of the Brightwood Manor, the mysterious patron that they serve may offer an immediate cure. Upon asking about the secrets of the family elected to just let the mother die instead. And the party did not find out many secrets, nor did the mother. Well, as far as you guys know, the mother's still alive, but they're holding a funeral for her in 2 days. So you guys have 2 days worth of downtime to plan the assassination of a family enemy at the funeral of the father and mother. Mother possibly still alive, funeral date already in place.
Man, it was already bad, but when you put it all out like that, it just sounds so much worse.
Yeah.
You left out the fact that his death could cause World War III.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
A hugely important detail, the enemy of the Brightwoods happens to be a local government official who is essentially the one in charge of piloting this whole vessel and is a member of a very important council akin to the UN of our normal world called the Council of Nine. There are only 9 of them and he is one of the members, and they are made up of the most powerful entities known to the world.
I'm sure he won't be missed much.
I'm sure
never
he'll
know.
be so easy to kill.
You never know.
Oh gosh. It's gonna go so well, guys.
So, what would everyone like to do on their 2 days worth of downtime? You know that the funeral is being planned. You could just potter about, go a little shopping, buy a couple potions. You all have plans, I presume, hopefully.
We found out where roughly they wanted to have the funeral, right, didn't we?
Yes. So if you look on the map, which Vinny might be kind enough to show you.
Sorry.
Refresh my.
Beautiful.
It should refresh.
Hopefully.
Ah, yes.
Wonderful. So you guys are roughly around here,
Okay.
and the counting house is their funeral parlour.
Okay.
Rather glibly named, the counting house is where they do the final tally of everyone's wealth and debt to be paid out to whoever is needed, possibly family, possibly debtors.
Oh yeah. Never mind. I did something.
God damn it. Okay, guys, rolling into the Mind Flayer invasion has begun.
Whoopsies. I forgot I added a fair few mind flayers.
You did add some Mind Flayers. God damn it.
Guys, it's just Mind Flayer Bob and his family.
Yeah, they're visiting.
They're against me.
They're visiting.
They're here for the funeral.
They are where you guys know the guy lives. So
There's more.
There's
There's more. God damn it.
I can see at least 6
They're
more.
all over the map.
They're so. I wish there was like
7. I can see 7 more.
I wish there was a select all.
Just remove all entities from the map.
There's still one more.
One at the harbour.
Directly under the R.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Let's see. So, oh, yeah, there he is.
Start of every
He
session.
shouldn't still be there. I deleted one.
No, there's another one.
Start of every session, we must
Right.
purge the map.
Find
Yeah.
all the mic. Oh, God damn it.
Where's Wally? But it's Mind Flayer
Where's
Bob.
Wally? But there's stupid.
Oh,
other
there's
mic.
another one.
I can't tell if you're just finding them or just adding more.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
they're all gone.
They're all gone now, I think. No more Mind Flayers. There's no Mind
No
Flayers
more.
on the city map.
Furball.
Building-sized Mind Flayers rock through this. Important note, yes, sorry. Building-sized Mind Flayers do live here.
Yeah,
I didn't mention that in the preamble. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
they
important.
kind of rule everything.
Mer flares.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Squid mermaids.
Anyway,
Anyway.
So
we
yes, the counting house is where they will be holding the funeral. It's where most of the final tallies take place,
Mhm.
and that's where the funeral will be. And then right next to the Brightwoods home, in the big building called the Stacks.
Mhm.
That's kind of like a community centre type thing where there will be. You can rent it out for ballrooms and things like that, and that's where the after party is going to be taking place, the sort of reception for the funeral.
where the assassination will also be taking place, or
Yes,
where the start of it will be taking place.
that's where the plan is. Yes.
Yes. In that case, if we're still in the bar,
So you're still
right?
in the bar having breakfast after a bad night's sleep.
And bad morning drinks. I'm going to flag down waitress or something, order some more untainted beer and some food, and then I'm gonna turn to everyone. Okay, we have rough idea what's happening. I think we should go scout around the area, find possible escape routes, ways to just plan better than what we have, because we have a terrible plan.
I'd say our plan's flawless.
I
As
say
long
our
as it's
plan.
the murder.
Okay. We also should probably think of a backup for if the disintegration spell fails.
Punch him
Punch him.
a lot. Punch
As
him
many
real
times.
good.
Real good. Okay. Sure. But
How do we agree?
in the event that that also fails, we should probably have something. Don't you think?
Shove him off the edge.
Poison them.
Is that anywhere near the edge? Actually,
You guys can see the map. There is an edge to the stacks. If you look out, the back doors of the stacks actually do open out to
Oh,
just
right, yeah.
courtyard.
Mhm.
okay. See, with the logistics of the flying city, is there anything to stop people just plummeting off the edge?
There's a small wall. It's like
Oh, right,
like when
okay.
you're walking by like an ocean.
Okay.
There's like an ocean type wall, but obviously there's no water.
There's
And
no kind of like magical barriers or
Nope,
anything.
because the weather and things like that needs to get through, and also there's like people coming in and out, and if people can fly, there are certain races that can fly.
Okay.
So things like Aarakocra, things like some Dragonborn can just pop up and fly up.
Oh,
Things.
yeah, that guy literally was riding
Yeah.
a dragon.
So you could basically enter the city at any point. There is a sort of sky police type thing of like there's an area around that is considered airspace of the city that you can't just like fly shit through with obvious military dangerous stuff.
Okay.
Like someone riding an adult red dragon would be questioned probably. But
Okay.
yeah, you could definitely just jump off if you really wanted to. But the city kind of trusts that most people
Don't
don't
want to.
want to.
Okay.
It's safe enough that no one's going to mostly fall off by accident, but pushed off? Illegal,
Especially
but
if they're-
possible.
Especially if they're intoxicated. Definitely not poisoned.
Definitely not.
That's an idea. If disintegration fails, we can just rush him off the edge. I mean, he's one dwarf.
That's not how heavy can it be?
Just a little guy.
Exactly. I do think we should still scout around and just get a better lay of the city. I've been here for like 3 days. I don't know where anything is. I've been here for 3 days and I'm already involved in an assassination plot. This is going well, guys.
You're welcome.
I regret everything that's happened since I met you.
Well, don't then.
That's a fantastic response. I regret everything. Don't
Please,
regret it.
cease.
You know what? Fair enough.
Stop regretting it.
That's not healthy. Stop it.
Oh, actually, I think we should probably we should all introduce our characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
that
probably-
minor detail.
Yeah, because it makes sense. So we'll start with Stan. Probably explain why you want to punch things to death.
So, my name is Stan. I am a dragonborn monk. I am roughly 7 foot tall. I am a dark, almost black dragonborn. I can hear you whisper. We're at the same
This
table
is
now.
real life. There's no text.
Yeah,
in
we're at
it.
the same table now. I was gonna say.
Oh
I'm,
yeah, that's true.
I'm real good at punching, and I can crumple myself into a 1 foot by 1 foot ball.
I hate that.
Wonderful.
As all monks can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So normal.
So normal.
I hate it.
Who would like to go next? Should we just go around the table with Brochan, or because she's next on my camera?
So I am a very small tabaxi barbarian. I'm still a child. I am I'm a
In
buff,
real life and in the game.
I am a child.
I'm a bobcat, and I also carry around a very big hammer.
Excellent.
Hooray.
And your name is Brochan.
Brochan.
Brochan. Sorry. Very Gallic.
It's okay, she names things so that no one else can pronounce it on purpose.
Wonderful. Excellent. Should we go with Sorren next?
Sure. I'm playing Sorren. He is a purple tiefling, with horns that are kind of reminiscent of deer antlers, just not very big. He is a blood hunter. He is an adult. Unlike you.
Everyone other than Brochan is an adult.
You were small. I forgot. I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, that he's a blood hunter and he likes to stab things.
Stab.
Yeah.
And Needle.
Needle is a drow. Got red eyes.
Ooh.
Got hair in like big white segments, kind of like got trinkets in between to kind of fish them up. Very long hair. So like long. She's got 2 tattoos. So she's got 2 centipedes that kind of go around like this. So kind of like framing her face.
Nice.
And she's got some scarring, but not specific.
Okay.
And yeah, she's a warlock. Slave.
Right.
So we have a monk, a barbarian, a warlock, and a blood hunter planning an assassination using a high-level disintegrate.
Yep.
We're gonna be so subtle.
I forgot to say, I should say Stan is also full head of hair, not bald.
Incredibly bald.
Not
so
bald.
So bald.
He's a 7 foot tall, bald, not bald man.
He's got a perfectly healthy set of scales.
He is very bald.
He's very not bald.
His head is so shiny.
That's
It
the shiny.
radiates.
That's the shiny hair.
Soren sneaks in every night and polishes it. How shiny it is.
Anytime there's like a speck of hair, Soren goes in with a razor.
Just
He's like,
nope.
no. My one joke.
Fantastic. So, what would you all like to do today on this fine day in the smokestacks?
I'd like to not get attacked by mayonnaise again, so...
Not gonna happen, I'm afraid.
I'd like to leave.
Wonderful.
Leave the bar. Is the owner of the bar around? I don't want to talk to him, I just want to know if he's around. 'Cause he scares me.
Thornton's in the bar as usual. You pretty much every day you see him. He sort of lives here and also manages the bar from a sort of patron's point of view.
Okay.
He's not really doing any work. He's kind of just wandering around solving problems if anything picks up. But as long as everything's running smoothly, he's kind of just drinking and eating throughout the whole day.
Nice. Okay. I don't want to go talk to him. Just wanted to
Fantastic.
scope him out because he scares me. Yeah, I guess leave and head towards the stacks. Let's see.
The stacks. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So as you guys approach the stacks, you can walk through the town. You see the magic store. You see the Merchants Guild, where we know all the fun stuff happened there with the mother being found in the safe house there. The stacks is a complicated looking building. It looks as if it's kind of been ramshackled together of like it originally had a purpose and then someone built a little offshoot and then someone built another little offshoot. There's like communal use 4Gs, there's classes on like how to do stuff properly and like high level enchanting, things like that. Think of this as sort of a mix between a university and a community centre it's definitely there to teach the community, but also as a big large communal space it's also used for important events and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, as you guys approach you can see that it's pretty well done. All the streets are nice. There are people wandering about going through their day. What would you all like to do?
Soren wants to keep an eye out on the way there, especially like between the stacks and the big manor house that dwarf guy lives in. See if there's any like hidden alleyways, anywhere that we can essentially drag someone and then murder them without being out in the open.
Absolutely.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Even looking at the map, you guys can see that there is a large areas sort of around it as courtyard space. There's quite a spacious activity area. It kind of makes sense that there is the sort of two buildings outline an imaginary line at the front where inside you can see that there are people working on various things of like carpentry, and there are some people practicing spellcraft out front of just like showing the community how to do basic things for free. And then as you guys walk round the building, you can see that the back area is fairly empty. It's almost like nothing's really built out here. It's kind of just a prettily decorated courtyard area.
Okay.
And you can see the sheer edge where there is about a 4-foot wall. And then nothing. You can see nothing. You appear to be over some sort of ocean at the moment.
Ah. So jumping off probably not a great idea. Well, actually, probably
there's a
jumping.
there's
Great
a box.
idea, yeah.
Or there's
Actually,
water at the bottom.
yeah.
That won't kill
Oh
him.
yeah.
We have rope. We could just tie a stone to them and just.
Just throw him off the edge into the water.
That'd be the
Here,
way.
sir,
You
you look
might
cold.
drown.
Put on this heavy armour. Plate mail. Solid plate mail. Jump off now.
He's a dwarf. Odds on him turning up to a party in like decorative plate mail isn't out of the blue.
That's very true. And you do remember that he is specifically a master weaponsmith and armour crafter
With adamantite.
with adamantite, a very rare material.
Oh yeah. Do you reckon we could try and, if he is wearing armor or carrying weapons, do you reckon we could try and get those off of him before we disintegrate him so that we can have some of my final weapons?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to need to require a lot of preparation through the night.
It's evidence.
It's evidence that's true, actually. Yeah. How did you suddenly acquire these very expensive weapons from a dead man?
I bought it.
I just had a thought, right?
Yeah.
If we manage to get the armor,
Yes.
I could disguise myself as him, potentially.
But then
And we could make it look like he's going somewhere else if we tried hard enough.
I think the plan is to make it look like he's drunk and
Mhm.
we take him home and then he just vanishes. And then we also hopefully just leave.
Run.
Tie off all loose ends and just never come back here.
Small amount of housekeeping. I will say that you're familiar with the use of the spell Disguise Self. It would not change your physical
Yeah.
height. Your
I have
head
to
and
go.
shoulders would become invisible, and then you would appear to be the height of a dwarf. But if someone was to pat you on the shoulder or something like that, it would be they would run into your arm. Rather than your legs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought you were just gonna be the world's tallest dwarf.
Just walk around like, guys, I found a new kind of magic. I'm tall now.
No way, guys.
I feel like one of the most like the racist dwarfs wouldn't want to look like an elf.
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. I'd thought of something else to do and I've completely forgotten it. I got too distracted by mayonnaise. So the back area is like completely. There's like nothing or no one.
Yeah, there's a couple of people walking by every now and again. It seems like obviously you guys are there at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So there are people like on their daily commute to various places. You can see rich nobles walking from the sort of grassy area to the left over to the government building on the right,
Mhm.
and you can see people coming from poorer areas just wandering. Basically,
Just wondering.
there's tourist stuff going on as well. Obviously, it's quite novel for some people who have never been on Sky Cities to kind of look over the edge.
Mhm.
So there are people just wandering.
Has Sorren ever been on a Sky City? I don't think he has.
This is your first one.
Yeah, awesome. It's been a great experience so far. Just while we're at the edge and like looking around and stuff, I glance around, see if I see Mr. Cool Guy in the air.
Make me a perception check.
It's just so cool.
That's a natural 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
He is flying around above the city. He usually is. He keeps an eye on things. He's probably about a mile up. You just catch a sort of glimpse of him.
I would tell everyone that he's just flying around up there. Give him a wave.
Yeah.
Give him a wave.
You do know that it's his job to sort of scout through the city, constantly acting as surveillance for the family. So
Mhm.
he's definitely just doing that, going about his normal day.
Nice.
You're just gonna hear Stan scream, "You're not very good, are you? We saw you from down here."
No response.
Coward.
You're gonna invite a fight before we need one.
Shouldn't have been caught then.
I will point out, Sorren spots them and says, "Look, there they are," and you don't see them.
Yeah, but what? They were seen.
Yes.
They were seen.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they want to do here, or do you want to go anywhere else? I was just wanting to make sure there was an area that we could murder someone.
Before we leave, this edge is really popular with tourists, right?
It's not specifically popular with tourists. It's just one of those things of like when you're on a new place and it's your first time seeing it. It's sort of like if you go to France, you want to see the Eiffel Tower. If you
Yeah.
go to one of these cities, it's quite novel to look down and see the fact that it's kind of just a mountain floating through the air. So there are people every now and again milling around throughout the area. This doesn't appear to be a specific viewing platform.
Okay, so there is a chance that on the night that we tried to murder him, people will be walking around at the edge and might see us.
We could just surround him and pretend we're bodyguards and just shuffle him towards and just. Oh,
No,
no.
we're bodyguards. Sorry, he just wants to get a look over the edge as he's tipping over drunk. Whoopsies!
I mean, I think very impressive. There is the option of. I'm pretty sure that the main goal is to actually take him into his house, isn't it? Because they're going to poison him so it looks like he's drunk, and then we're going to escort him home. I mean, ideally, if we can get him into his house and then disintegrate him in his house and then we just leave, it's not suspicious if we take him home and then leave.
Remember, if he doesn't disintegrate, we're going to need to take that body to
Oh, yeah.
Brightwood Manor, and that's a bit of a longer walk.
Yeah.
It would be specifically the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Ah,
So if you look on your map,
I don't have one.
if the cameraman shows you, this Black Smoke house is his house.
Yeah.
This little one here is Brightwood Manor.
Ah. His house is so unnecessarily big.
Yeah, you are familiar
Where's
when you were
Blackwood?
doing research on it. You remember that it was one of the original buildings constructed here as a sort of fortress to expand from.
Mhm.
His family is so old that it runs back to the creation of this island floating.
Oh yeah, I remember. He's like old money.
Old money.
How many staff do you think you would have?
Oh yeah.
At
Hey
least
Stan, you know
5.
things. At least 5. Okay. Writing that in my notes. At least 5 staff.
No, 6. Make it 6.
Okay.
I don't
I'll
do
leave
wrong.
At
it
least
6.
6.
At least 6.
At
10.
least 6. You would say that probably just their cleaning staff, looking at the size of the building, probably 50 folk just to clean.
Okay. Shit.
Delightful.
But it is also a government building. Like, his house doubles as the government building. Sort of a White House situation where, like, he's got his own private area in there somewhere that you guys don't know. And then, yeah, most of it is devoted to public space. So although he might not have a huge staff, there will be people milling about there during the day a lot of the time. You're not sure what work goes on at night for a government building. So
Okay.
it might be something to check out, see if there's busy work going on, or there is also the matter just before we started the session, you asked about how expensive it would be to leave.
Yes.
You just haven't actually checked how expensive yet.
We should do that.
So there is also, like, you could go to the harbour, try and find a ship, try and find prices. Obviously, if you don't want to leave, probably don't speak to a specific ship, but every harbour will have like a dockmaster type thing where they'll probably be able to help.
So, when talking about leaving, says, come on, guys, can't leave yet, right? You wouldn't leave me. You wouldn't leave me here stranded, right?
I mean, like,
Nito just stares at
reach
you.
up and like grab Stan by the shoulders and just stare you dead in the eye. I would leave you in a fucking heartbeat if I could. You've got us into something I don't want any part of. I would leave you so fast.
I'm just gonna grab by the shoulders and go, we're next to an edge. And kind of lean towards it. Like, we're next to an edge, you know.
I don't want to challenge you to try and push me off because I know that you could. So I'm just gonna walk away.
Mayonnaise!
Fuck off.
The war cry of the characters.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you there.
Stan takes 2 levels of paladin, his holy symbol.
Mayonnaise.
I thought you were gonna say 2 levels of exhaustion, and I got so happy.
You do have 2 levels of
I do.
exhaustion, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, we all do.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I don't.
You're the one.
You're getting mayonnaise.
You keep failing your con saves. You're having restless. Although your dreams are prophesying
Delightful.
nice things, it's not pleasant to go through the experience physically.
Sorren's having terrible dreams, but it's also just like
Physically coping
compartmentalizing
with it.
so
It's
well.
alright, I have mayonnaise. That's good.
Well, I think I've found out everything I want to hear because we know kind of basic area now where we're going and where to do a murder. Yeah, I think I want to just head to the docks and find out prices and things because it's all well and good to do a murder, but if we can't leave immediately afterwards, it's not going to be very fun if we get found out. How far is it to walk to the?
Probably take you about an hour to get from one side to the other. You could probably, if you were desperate to get there fast, you could run it in half an hour.
Okay.
But like, it seems excessive to sprint through the streets on a regular morning.
With exhaustion.
With
With
exhaustion.
exhaustion.
Actually, you are moving at half speed, so it is going to take you 2 hours.
Oh, for God's sake,
But-
Stan.
What about
I'm,
Nito?
I'm,
Are you half speed?
I'm still moving 20
I'm
feet
sleepy.
per
You're sleepy.
Because
Okay, yeah.
of my dream.
Just a bit.
Yes.
Just a bit eepy.
To be fair, that's still 20 feet each turn.
Yeah, but still, that's half speed is double the time.
What now?
Takes you about an hour normally. It would take you about 2 hours now.
Guys, wait up. I had a great dream, as you all know, but
Sorry.
I'm tired.
Sorren's like pushing ahead, ignoring him.
Nito's just like,
I do want to keep an eye out on the way here, just again for like alleyways, any kind of passages, shortcuts, anything like that.
Maybe an intelligence check. Just a general intelligence check to get a good map. And if you do well here, we'll say that you have advantage if you're trying to escape anything later.
Uh-oh.
So that's a 2 minus 1, so that's a 1.
You're going to have regular rolls whenever anything is coming by.
Cool.
If you're trying to make any regular escapes.
Cool.
My goodness, Stan forgot something. On his way, can he look out for other Dragonborn?
Yes, absolutely. Make me a. You can either do perception to sort of look around the general city area, or you could do investigation to basically. That would involve like questioning people who you know any Dragonborn, like depending on how extensive you want to be.
I am going for investigate. I'm better at perception, but I'm going for investigation.
So you're going to be stopping people in public and going, "Do you know any Dragonborn?"
That is a 16.
Okay.
Do they know anyone?
The first guy you come across is immediately like, "Yeah, of course, yeah, we know one. Yeah."
Is their name Stan by any chance?
No, sorry. No, I don't know anyone called Stan.
Well, do they look roughly my height by chance?
No, they're a little bit shorter. Actually, now that you mention it, they're probably about 5.5, maybe 6 foot.
Perfect. Thanks for your time. Right, next person.
Pretty much everyone that you
Everyone.
speak to has met a Dragonborn, but none of them know one called Stan who is a black Dragonborn.
Damn.
I've asked before. Are you just looking for yourself? Have you just seen yourself in a mirror one day and gotten confused?
Once or twice.
Maybe,
But I know
maybe a
it's
wisdom saving throw.
just to see. 16.
That doesn't crash your reality down around you. You're able to comprehend that they're saying this. And
Yeah,
you're like, no, of course.
Of course, I've seen myself in a mirror, but I'm not looking for myself.
Have you ever seen you and the other Stan you're looking for in the same room together?
No.
How do you know about the other Stan?
I just have this gut feeling, this visceral feeling.
Did you see
They
a
are out
wanted
there.
poster of your
Have you seen a wanted poster?
Well, yes, but that one's actually me. Come on now.
How do you
Writing
know?
that down, Stan is wanted in an unknown location.
Roll for where?
How do you know?
Stan
She's
is wanted.
making notes on
Collusion
my
at the
notes.
table.
You're subconscious.
Stop taking notes in my notebook. I've lost what I was saying again. Yeah,
I just
how do you?
know.
But how do you know it's not you? You can't just know things.
I have this visceral feeling. They are out there.
Visceral.
And
Do you know they're in this city?
no,
Oh, this is gonna be ongoing wherever we go. Okay.
Oh no.
they're somewhere. I know somewhere out there. They are living the life I was supposed to live,
Oh.
and I want it.
Okay.
They are
Okay.
rich out there. I can tell. I can smell it. I can feel it in my bones, in my little hair,
You don't
and
have
my
any.
mayonnaise.
You don't have it.
You don't have hair. Hopefully you don't have
He
any
does have
mayonnaise.
mail though.
I
That-
do have
He
mayonnaise.
does have mayonnaise.
Male's hair.
Every time he stops and asks someone, Sorren just sighs heavier and deeper every time.
Yeah.
So do you have
It's like
something to
herding
say?
primary
How
school
many
kids.
people would you like to ask on your way there?
Anyone that seems like they would know.
How many? Give me a number.
Everyone.
So let's go with 40 people.
Sure, let's go for it.
Roll me 2d20.
Ooh.
That's so unserious.
Someone recognises me from a wanted poster.
This went from a 1 hour
A
trip to an
4
all
and a
day
13.
That's what
You
the 2
take
hours
an extra 2 minutes per person you speak
Oh
to.
no.
So 4 and 13
80 minutes,
is
an hour and 20 minutes.
plus the 2 hours. You take almost 3.5 hours to walk from one side of the city to the docks. So you started easily maybe 11 a.m. It's now after lunch. It's nearly 2 o'clock.
Sorren's in a bad fucking mood when we get to the
Yeah.
docks.
Neo just
Sorry guys, I really thought they would have known them.
After, that was person 41 we walked away from.
Do you just make a habit of slowing people down whenever they're doing something? Is this just the thing for you?
Bit rude, but
You took an hour, extra hour, and what, 20 minutes?
As if you wouldn't have
On top
searching
of,
your
on top of
alleyways.
the extra hour that they were going to take anyway, so 2.5 hours.
As if you wouldn't searching your alleyways. I gave you more time to search them.
You did search alleyways.
I did,
You
yeah.
did.
I feel like I could have done it faster though.
But then you wouldn't have seen all the details.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Gotta take
Brick.
time. Smell the roses.
road. There was no roses.
Chipped wood.
I've seen no greenery on this
Gotta
journey.
take time. Smell the moss.
Um, smell the moss.
Pebbles.
Can I see a dockmaster anywhere?
So as you guys approach the docks, you can see that this place is called the Hovering Harbour, and it's actually right next to the counting house. On the map, it's you can see that there is bridges sort of leading out to nowhere, so that places can, rather than it being docks that lead out into the ocean, obviously it's kind of just leading out onto the sky.
Oh,
And
nice.
there are just heavily laden ships coming in from various different angles. You can see that there are ones like circling from behind, sort of having to speed up and chase the city to dock in the correct place. You can see big ships, basically cog-sized ships that are 2 sails, basically cargo ships. You can see little personal vessels. You can see that there are people unloading and loading. You can smell all the various spices, everything that's coming in from trade. You can see a lot of metal work going on. You can see automatons loading and unloading ships, making repairs on different ships. You can see fueling going on, different crystals and strange power being poured into ships to repair them and fuel them for the journeys. And you can see that there is a building on the side. You can see it on your map. It's a little red building right under the hovering word. That is the shipmaster's office.
Cool. I just look around a little bit outside before going in. Is there any, like, I don't know, like boards or anything that would have like standard pricing, standard times or anything?
As you guys are sort of wandering through, you can see that on the shipmaster's sort of area, it's set docking prices.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be anything to do with like
Travel.
exiting prices.
Okay. I guess just knock on the door.
Absolutely. As you knock, the door swings open. You can see that there's a fairly busy office going on in there. There seems to be a couple different people, but there's a receptionist ready and waiting to speak to anyone who comes in, who greets you with a very happy smile.
Ah. I'll just walk up.
Fantastic. How can I help today?
Me and my friends were
Sort of gives Stan a weird look now that you've said it that way.
we're looking to travel off city probably in the next week or so. We were just coming to inquire about times, prices, anything
Fantastic.
anything
What
useful
sort
to
of
know.
budget were you looking at, and what sort of location were you hoping to go? Do you have somewhere set in mind, or is this something that you're sort of looking for pricing just in general for?
Dragonspark.
Hopefully, yeah, Dragonspark. We were looking
Dragonspark?
for. Yeah.
It's a bit of a rarer city to go to. There's not many travel locations going there, to be honest with you, so there might be a case of having to hire your own ship and crew.
Okay.
But we could definitely check. There's nothing in the immediate future
Okay.
in terms of trade, but absolutely there will be vessels free if you guys are wanting to talk to captains, try and convince someone to do that. We're more than happy to get you in touch with certain captains if you guys would like to get that sort of thing, and then pricing would be done on a basis of distance travelled. And she sort of goes through a various amount of maps. You can see her like rummaging through stuff, and she's like pulling out maps and then looking at different maps that are moving. Some of them are not moving. Some of them are just like basically weather lines and things like that. She's very clearly doing a lot of incredibly intense calculations on the fly of like, I'm travelling at this distance, Dragonspark's travelling at this distance, the weather in between both of us is this. She's like, yeah, if you travel in the next week, it's about 9 days worth of travel.
Okay.
So you're looking at probably, most captains will want a standard price per person of about 50 gold a day. Now, if you're willing to put in work on the ship, a lot of people will reduce that price because it means they don't have to pay their crew as much. But it's up to you guys how you just want to travel that way.
Okay. You said there would be a few captains around that could possibly be.
Absolutely, there's always someone sort of lingering around waiting for the next job. We're kind of a fairly well-known travel location. This is obviously trade is very big here, so there are usually a couple different captains looking around. Obviously, businessmen trade here regularly, so
Okay.
there are occasions where you need a private travel every now and again.
Would we have to? Sorry, I'm not used to traveling
Absolutely
around a
fine.
lot. Would we have to book that in advance? Like, would we have to say today and then give a specific date, or could
Not
we just come?
necessarily. To get a specific captain, if you have someone in mind, absolutely speak to that person. But if you want to just rock up on any date, we'll assign you someone and they'll probably give you a standard rate.
Okay. It's probably what's going to have to happen when we actually have money. Oh, can I just out of character? What race is this? Just a dwarf?
This is just a dwarf, yeah.
Yeah.
A very, very nice, homely looking dwarf.
Nice. Okay. And they seem pretty happy with everyone. Not giving anyone needle dirty looks or
No,
anything.
they're travellers.
Okay.
Their whole deal is dealing with outside travellers. So they're
Okay.
really not. No one's going to surprise them.
Nice. Soren's in a much better mood after this interaction. Then.
Yeah.
Stan's just gonna look on Sorren to show her, you're not gonna leave me here, are you? You wouldn't do that to me.
Can you pay your own way out of here?
Can you?
Yes.
9 days worth? 450 gold?
Almost.
So what you're saying is, the bonus from the job, I'm just gonna look at the dock worker. The job! Wink.
You're winking to the dock worker?
No.
I'm going to look at the dock worker and wink is what you say.
I'm gonna look at the dock worker and go, the job!
And then look at Sorren
And then look at Sorren and go, wink.
Are you saying wink
You
out
say
loud?
wink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just go, so what you're saying is that money would be appreciated for the travel.
Yeah, for me.
You don't just face pounds.
Well, remember, it is my job to dish out who gets how much money.
I have no money. Please give me money.
Apologies for my friend
That
here.
would make
Yeah.
that.
I understand.
He's
Some
a-
employers can be difficult to work for.
Yeah. This one's very difficult. More of a hindrance than a help in this job. It's
They
quite...
assaulted me this morning.
She doesn't look sympathetic.
I gave
You
her
had said
some
she would like to assault
nutrition.
her boss from the way that was.
I'm getting a huge bonus. They are earning more money than me, and I'm the one that's in the wrong when they assault me.
Yes.
I don't know who's in the wrong and I don't know what this job is, so I can't make any judgments. I just work here.
Thanks for being on
You
that.
guys came in and I don't even know your names, so it's just fantastic to have you guys here.
Thank you.
We appreciate the business.
You've been very helpful, thank you. I just wanted to inquire as well. You said there was no like traffic going out directly to Dragonspark at the moment. Do you have any coming in? Like from
She sort of rummages through. Make me a luck check. Just roll me a d20.
1.
No,
So, like, they've never had any business.
Never.
there's nothing coming from Dragonspark that's booked in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you for your help. We will probably be back within the next week to hire a ship.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank
Fantastic. I look forward to seeing you. I'll probably be here.
you. Nice. Oh. You just seem
I'm so
unhappy.
sorry.
I'm so sorry, actually, yeah.
You guys look at her and she's definitely like, she's incredibly overworked, but it does look like the thing she's doing is so difficult that it's kind of hard to find a replacement for someone who can, on the fly, calculate where buildings that move are
I will
and how long it would take to be there.
I will slip her 2 silver
Aw.
for her help.
She absolutely pockets it.
Nice. I'd probably be more offended if she didn't.
This was change.
Friendship.
Friendship. Okay.
Fantastic. So what would you guys like to do? It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You sort of wandered around the city for most of your day. You've done your investigations. You haven't found any routes that are quicker than just taking the main roads. And you have found an area that you feel comfortable using to shove someone off. The things that I don't know yet, as far as I know, your plan is to have him be poisoned. That's staying the same.
Yes.
And then when you're escorting him away, sorry. There
Sorry.
seems to be confusion on whether you're shoving him over the edge, taking him to his house, or taking him to the Brightwoods.
I think
There's been multiple options done.
we should take him out because the stacks is quite near his house, so I think we should just take him out the back, try and disintegrate him, and then if that doesn't work, if he manages to counterspell or something, we should just throw him off the edge.
To be fair, Stacks is about the same distance to Black Smoke and the employer's house, so
That's true, but we need to like be able to get him out of there in a way that makes it look not suspicious on our part. So taking him towards his house is probably like
although,
less
do you know what's
suspicious.
closer? The
What?
Merchants Guild. We're taking him to one of the safe rooms in the Merchants Guild because it's a little
Oh yeah,
closer,
that's true actually.
and
we
that'll
could-
take us to the same direction as Brightwood.
as Brightwood Manor. Yeah, that's a good idea.
See that Stan's using intelligence.
Stan finally using intelligence.
Stan's just gained sentience.
You've had sentience.
I know
That's what you've got already.
Stan's
You
just
be
finally woke up
My
I see the
frontal
truth
lobe.
now. It's not all just mayonnaise.
like, not mayonnaise and money.
It's murder for money.
It's murder for money.
Okay, so did Rosie say we were the ones that had to administer the poison, or is that being handled by the family? Is that
I
like in our
believe we are
conversation?
Ruby.
serving
Ruby,
him.
not Rosie.
Yes.
Sorry.
I was like, Rosie.
Supply.
I was like, Rosie's gonna poison him. Who's Rosie? I don't remember Rosie. Ruby was gonna make the poison, and she's more than happy to have you guys do it if you feel confident with it. Her general plan seems to be to make the poison, and then
Leave it up
the
to
last,
us.
the next sort of step in her plan was when they're poisoned. So you're not sure whether that's a case of they're gonna do it or you're gonna do it.
Okay,
I think she said that we dress up as
like waiters.
Staff there?
Yeah.
so we'd either serve the drink or just be staff and take him out.
Did she want the body afterwards, or does she want it like gone?
Well, I mean,
Unless it's
she-
disintegrated.
She
Yeah.
said that the two options that she would prefer were that the body was fully disintegrated or she got it to deal with it herself.
Oh.
So throwing him off the edge is probably not a good idea. Because she will probably not be happy with us if we are like, yeah, we lost the body.
We lost it. What can we say?
We lost it. How did you lose it? We threw it off you. That doesn't sound like you lost it.
Well, I don't know where it is anymore, so
Other option we could get, like, if he doesn't get disintegrated, we could try and get Draxus to have his dragon eat it. I mean, he's got that
Got a
dragon.
point.
He's got a dragon. He might as well use it.
I feel like if all of us go, if like we're taking him after, like at the party, if we're taking him home,
Yeah.
if all of us go, that will be suspicious.
We could have some of us waiting outside. Probably Needle waiting outside because she's the one with the spell to disintegrate. So we could just like take him out and just boop.
Hiya. Do I have it?
You're the only one that can cast
You have
it.
the one with you have the scroll.
Oh,
I don't know if you've
right.
added it to your inventory or not,
I
but you
have
do
it.
have the scroll.
Not
Because
the
you
only
are the
one that
only
can cast it.
arcane caster
Can
in
you
the group.
cast it?
I haven't
I
got
was
it.
gonna say I can cast False Life.
You're not an arcane caster.
How do I get in the inventory?
So if you go to D&D Beyond, you
Yeah.
should have an inventory option. There should be a little thing that says add to inventory.
Management.
This one.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there will be a thing called scroll. And then if you search for disintegrate, you should be able to type it. But
It feels so much
If
worse
not,
being mean to Stan when
you
you're
can
like right
scroll
here
all
in
the way down.
person.
Oh, trust me.
I
it's
feel
fun.
so guilty.
Don't feel guilty. I'm gonna be just as mean. I've already threatened to throw you off a cliff.
I know, but still, it's like you're just like right there.
Yeah.
Why are you drawing weird things in my book?
This is no result.
Mayonnaise to kill.
I've written down in my notes Stan is a hindrance, just to remind myself.
Well, I'm not getting money.
oh, so D&D Beyond actually doesn't have specific spells. They've got spell levels.
Ah.
So let me just.
I think I have this set down. No, I just got a really similar one.
You have to manually make it.
No, I'm just gonna search what level it is. I can't remember. I think it's 5, but it might be 6. It's 6.
I'm like fully convinced that Stan is like a dog that's seen himself in a mirror once.
So you've got in the inventory, you've got spell level.
There's another me. I need to get it. And look,
You just have to remember that.
and then the mirror is
if
up
you,
like
if you
he's
click
telling
on
it.
it, you'll be able to add to
He's
the
living
notes
my
of
life.
it and rename it to disintegrate if you want.
Ah, cool.
I'll be honest. I don't know. That stand could be real, could not be real.
Ah, there we go.
To that
find them.
note, you saying, Brochan, that the staff might not all want to leave all at once, you would be familiar that you could pose as different members of his staff. Like, one of you could be a servant, one of you could be, say, a driver, or a luggage man, or a fucking, like, anything, a bodyguard.
Don't worry, I've experienced
Although
him being a bodyguard.
He probably will notice if you're not his regular bodyguard, whereas he probably doesn't pay too much attention to who his rank servant is.
Mm.
He will know his bodyguard.
I'm a bodyguard assigned by the stack, good sir. Don't worry. For as soon as you leave, you will have your regularly scheduled bodyguard. I don't know why I started talking about this, but
Stan is good.
Jolly good, sir. I'm your bodyguard. See?
don't worry, sir. I will take good care of you under the British Empire.
Did you do this accent for your last family? Is that why they hired you? Because it's clearly not based on your skill set as a bodyguard.
My good sir, I'm your bodyguard. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, good sir.
Good sir.
You disgrace me. Of
Actually-
course I'm your bodyguard.
Do not vex me, mortal.
On that note, do we have any ideas of how to get rid of his bodyguard if he brings him with him?
Oh yeah.
Like if he shows up with a bodyguard,
Dan has one idea.
Distraction.
it's his idea, murder.
No,
Okay.
punch him real good.
Okay, that's the same as murder.
Nice.
I have another point.
What's your other point?
If we disintegrate him,
Yes.
if his armor doesn't disintegrate, what do we do with his armor if he's wearing it?
Steely.
I mean, yeah, I guess steal it, but it should disintegrate because that's how this. It will just.
Yeah, so actually anyone with Arcana can roll me an Arcana check to see the workings of the spell.
I don't think I have that.
Ooh, sound effects.
You might not have proficiency, but you should have
11.
the skill.
Oh, cool. I'll just roll. That's the 2.
4.
11.
I think
11's the highest.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Cool. On an 11, it's the wording is unclear.
Oh,
Nice.
Delightful.
slay.
Well, we can throw his armor off the edge.
No, I want it.
What are you gonna do with it?
Hide it.
Shiny.
He'll sleep
Okay.
on it. It's his new bed.
Shiny counterpoint arrested for murder.
Counterpoint. Probably comfy.
He's a dwarf.
Counterpoint probably not.
Not for wearing, for sleeping on. Hang on. What do you take me for? Some kind of grave robber? I'm not gonna wear it. I'm gonna sleep on
Literally,
it.
Ooh.
you would rob a
Love
grave
it.
if you knew there were shiny things.
What
in
if this guy stopped and I changed my clothes? Like, change my
It's not.
clothes?
It's
You
not
could hide the armor.
robbing.
in the
Yeah, but they weren't in a
Yeah.
grave though. So
If I just pointed
You'd
at a
have to be
grave
wearing
and I
it.
said there's a
Oh,
lot of
sure.
gold in that grave, would you or would you not dig
And
it up?
in the assumption
just
that
so
they're
happen
making
to
where it
start
is
an
that you would be
archaeological
wearing
dig there.
full plate,
and
You would be
it wouldn't be
wearing
grave
full
robbing, it'd be
like,
taking
and
up
that is
time.
Oh,
that's a
of course,
strength
of course,
issue
of course.
for-
Yeah,
for
I'm pretty.
characters.
I'm
Mhm.
pretty.
And you would be the only one to
got
get
minus
anything
one
from it.
strength.
Listen, it belongs in a museum. As soon as
Maybe
I
I
take it
stand
to one,
really still.
as soon as I find one, I will give it all up. But until that day,
What if I point to the grave and then point you towards a museum?
don't trust that museum.
Of course, of course.
It needs to be my museum.
Your
One in
museum.
Nirvana.
Nirvana doesn't exist!
Uncle Tex founded that museum.
I love that it's changed from Nevada to Nirvana,
Yeah.
which is a Buddhist religious state
Yes.
and a band.
Yeah.
I forgot it was Nevada. You can't even.
That's Havana.
I know.
As pop culture references go, you're cycling through these fast.
I know.
It's not.
It's almost as if he doesn't know what he's talking about.
But yeah, if I was standing very still and didn't need to use strength, then I could disguise self and hide the armor as a different article of clothing if I was wearing it. That's what I was saying.
Good.
It's an option.
That's an
At
option.
least
I still
But
do
I have-
think we should just get rid of it.
Yeah,
Oh, wait
I've
a
got
minute.
-1 strip, so I can't.
Guys, I can just shove it in my pocket. What are you talking about?
Oh, wait,
What do you
so
mean you
true.
can shove it in your pocket?
I'm gonna pull out my like 6-foot staff and be like, guys, I can shove it in my pocket.
Yeah, so you
Jump
guys
back in.
watch as, like, from inside his jacket, he sort of, like, rustles around. You can see very odd body movements happening. And then from a sleeve, you see one hand goes in the sleeve, and then from a bent sleeve, a 6.5-foot pole comes out.
Abracadabra.
What the fuck?
It's wizard time. I'm gonna cast false life on myself again.
And you can see Root, like, his eyes go pitch black and smoke starts pouring out of, like, all his scales, and he gains necrotic energy around him.
Why?
Wizard time.
Why are we wizarding?
Can I grab your arm
Oh,
and just I want to
Do you let her?
I'm just gonna kind of
Well,
like
I'm
hold.
sorry.
I'm just gonna like, hold up my hand and be like,
can I look up his sleeve? What?
yeah, yeah.
Are you allowing
I'm,
that?
yeah, I'm just gonna like pull up my sleeve and be like, wizard time.
Yeah, you see a very skinny little scaly arm.
Weird question. Is his arm in proportion with the rest of his body?
Kind of. It's weird. He's kind of weird in general.
Mm.
He's kind of weird in
oh
general.
man.
It looks a lot thinner than you would expect, but lengthwise is fine.
Mm.
I've got a very
But then
skinny.
as well, his whole frame is thinner than you would expect in general anyway, and his
I'm a
head is
skinny
very
boy.
thin.
I'm a skinny boy.
Skinny ball.
He does look a lot more like Draxus looks very, very draconic in his like majestic, filled out. He is a proper big, strong, draconic person.
Chunky.
Stan is definitely a lot more. Whereas Draxus would be draconic, you would definitely describe Stan as much more crocodilian. Like it's definitely like a longer snout, much more reptile based.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But I wasn't blessed at him, but Uncle Tex said one day I will.
So
Ah, yes.
one day you'll have second puberty and turn into
Yeah.
a real dragon.
Yeah, it's a bit delayed.
I'm really like picturing like Draxus is like this really like giant like
Majestic.
fluffy cat, and
Mm.
Stan is like
The bald
A
Well,
lot
I
of
like a-
hairless.
a cat with mange.
Mm.
I've watched
Hairless,
it, yeah.
unnaturally small tail.
Yeah.
Found it. It kind of stinks like sewer.
You're one of those
It's like the
hypoallergenic
mayonnaise.
ones.
Yeah. Yeah. And Draxus is like, yeah, like a
Bald
Maine
Maine
Coon,
Coon.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but trade offer. I get mayonnaise.
Oh, true.
trade
And
offer.
wizard time.
He's competent. Wizard time.
That's true, you've never seen him cast a spell. You have seen him fly, but you've never seen him cast a spell.
Actually, yeah, to be fair of everything, I've not actually seen Draxus do anything other than be intimidating.
Other than
Pretty
be
impressive.
shiny.
Other than be shiny and intimidating. We did kill like 3 dragons. And he does
Well,
have
he
a
told
dragon.
you he killed 3 dragons.
Like I
believe
said,
him.
he found the bones of a dead dragon.
I believe him. I believe him more than I believe Stan.
You're believing wrong. I am wizard time.
I don't care. He's shiny. And you're just not.
You take that back.
Dresses.
Just stop. Stop.
It's real.
Cinnamon.
Real.
Out of character, you two cause me so much stress.
The autism, it overtakes me.
Okay. I'm picturing we're still having this conversation in the tourist office.
Canonically talking.
You guys can have it there if you want, but I assume you are walking through the streets now.
Okay. I'm happy with that. Do we have a goal in mind? Are we just going... Do we need to go and talk to the... Did Ruby said she would give us the, like, outfits. Did she say she would give us those on, like, the day of the party? Or... Okay, we don't need to go back and see them before then.
No.
Okay, good. I don't want to talk to them.
Yeah, so as far as you guys know, her plan is to give you the items that she has acquired, the poison and the outfits on the day.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything?
I will remind you that you do have 2 player characters that are exhausted and
Yeah.
well
Roll of
regret.
Let's roll a recovery. Is that right? Or
So
depending on
we're
the
just sleeping.
EP cranky
person.
needle.
No. Me, I'm sleep bad.
You is sleeping better than everyone else here.
Me, I'm tired more though.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just a bit iffy.
just a bit eepy. Said by the like
I'm an
8 foot
eepy
tall
little guy.
dragon.
I'm EP.
That's just a little bit eepy.
I guess I'm just gonna. I guess we just head back to the bar then.
We could go shopping.
You have been complaining this whole time about the lack of money that you have.
It's called thievery.
You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Let's go steal some shit.
Okay.
Excellent. So you guys head off to the merchant.
Yeah, merchant.
Yep.
Wonderful. Not the Merchants Guild, but
Oh, the actual merchants.
the actual merchants. Wonderful.
Yeah.
What are you guys looking for? You guys are familiar with this location? It is essentially just, it's like a bazaar where there's just shelves and shelves and stalls of random stuff, essentially. It's nothing, there's no specific rhyme or reason to it, apart from there are departments where it's just tons of scrolls of books of various kinds, tons of weapons of various kinds, and then tons of other assorted gear.
Do they have food?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, there's like food stalls cooking fresh things.
I want to go and see if I can find one that sells fruit.
They do, yeah. There's a fresh fruit seller. You can find things from the surface there, which you're not sure how they get. Being in the sky, probably imported.
I want to get some like blackberries, brambles.
Absolutely, yeah. That'll be 2 copper.
Cool. How
Remember, your silver splits into 10 copper. Everything's modular.
cool. I will remove that from my inventory when I find my inventory. There it is.
Perfect. Anyone else want anything?
Would anything stand out to Needle? Like when looking around?
Maybe a general. Do you think that you would be doing just looking at the shelves, or do you think you would be like rummaging around stuff?
Like perusing.
Perusing. Maybe a perception.
Which one is it? Is it this one? Oh, I rolled it.
Yeah.
Okay. 19. Would I have disadvantage for it? If it was
Disadvantage for drow, I believe, is for sunlight sensitivity.
Mhm.
So because you're inside, no.
Okay, cool. So it's 19.
Excellent. So on a 19,
Cool.
the items that you find a couple different types of plate mail. You find some +3 scale mail. You find a cloak of echidna. A cloak of arachnida.
Ooh, okay.
Which is a cloak that's black silk interwoven with very faint silvery threads. And while wearing it, you gain resistance to poison damage and have a climbing speed equal to your walking. Looks like it's quite an expensive item. You find some plate, some potions of healing, scrolls of various kinds, cure wounds, good berry, bane, that sort of thing. You find a shovel and a wind fan.
How much is the cloak?
Your cloak, looking at it, has a little label on it. 1,000 gold.
Holy shit.
I could not afford that. Puts it down slowly.
Constantis walked by and goes, "It's okay, we have the Brightwoods. They said they might buy things for us."
When did they say that?
When they said we might buy you gear to help on your mission.
Oh, that is true.
We're whispering, but we're on camera, so can we stay?
No.
That's fair.
Is there any chance that they would perhaps pay for it?
You can go and ask them.
Just rock up at their door. Hey, we want all this shit. Buy it for us.
Can I have this cloak? It's spidery.
That's the cloak. I've just sent you a little message on it.
On Facebook.
Yes.
Is there anything that Brochan would see that would interest him?
Same items. You can find plate mail, scale mail, the cloak. You find might interest you. There's a scimitar, a defender scimitar. It's quite an expensive looking item. It's a solid gold sword with like a sapphire ruby hilt. Quite expensive looking. Mariner's plate that gives you a swimming speed.
Useful if we need
That
to
sort of
jump
thing.
off.
Tons of potions, tons of scrolls.
Have a look and see if there's anything that my friend would like a souvenir.
In addition to what you've already got, it's kind of just going to be more and more expensive items. You get the
Alright,
sense that
okay.
you kind of bought all the things at a lower level
That's fair.
that he would be interested in. But of course, he'd love some of the more expensive stuff.
Well, he just needs to understand that I'm poor.
I want a cloak.
Because I feel like we can go to the Brightwoods and be like, hey, buy this interesting item for us that will help us do a murder, but I can't really be like, can you buy some fancy machinery so that I can show my friend who doesn't live here?
As you're holding the cloak and Stan's talking about stealing it, make a perception check.
I never said steal it. I
You
did
spoke
get
about
them.
stealing when you got here.
Yeah, but not that time.
20.
20. You don't see too many people round about you.
Could I steal it?
How good's your sleight of hand and how confident are you?
You could just try it on and then walk away.
That's true. I am pretty cobwebby.
Just walk up a wall. How are they gonna get you
Where
down?
is, like,
It's just Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I'm lost.
just Spider-Man away.
Oh, there it is. I've got +1.
Plot twist: the stall
Should
is
I
run
try
by
to
Bob the
play
Mind
with
Flayer.
As a general rule of thumb, most sort of difficult to do tasks will be a DC 20. So if you're looking at stealing something valuable, most of those things will be floating around 20. Will be the one that you'll have to hit.
Oh no.
I believe.
Should I try to steal it?
Yeah, go for
You
it.
definitely don't have to. I don't want you to feel pressured into doing it. It's just something your character would know about.
Needle would want to.
I was gonna say, can I
You
kind of
would be
use
tempted.
my body to like shield
You
from
want to
anyone?
give
who
them the
can
help action for advantage?
see? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll 2d20 and take the highest, and +1.
Soren is still just staring intently
Just
at this
click
fruit.
the-
Mm.
He's not aware.
Where is
You've got a dice ready just in case.
what one's that one? Oh god.
That's a D6.
Do you want? Which
Fidget?
one's the...
You see the +1 next to the hand?
Mhm.
You can just press that.
Oh,
So first one, 15.
16.
60. As soon as you start to like put it, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to put it on and walk off, or are you trying to like shove it in a bag, or?
I guess... I don't know.
So as you're sort of like dithering between whether you're doing the two things, a shop assistant comes up and goes, "Hi, can I help you with anything?"
Yeah. I was wondering if I could like put in a reservation to buy this at a later date.
Absolutely. Take deposits if that's something you're interested in, or if not, we can obviously just we could try and keep one aside. But if someone comes around with a good offer, unfortunately we can't really keep it.
Okay.
But we can keep you in mind with it.
Yeah.
What if? And what's your name?
Needle.
Needle. And she sort of writes a little thing on the back of the tag.
Thank you. And then she just like
Keep away from Needle. Tries to steal things.
Neil just puts on the customer service.
Absolutely.
Just puts it back down very quietly.
For a spy, you give out your real name so easily.
Well, my name is Needle. I'm currently staying at this tavern. I live in room 14, second floor.
These are my companions. This is all of their abilities.
Stan can wizard time and mayonnaise,
Stan is bald.
so it's not bald. Can Stan, when Stan's looking around for things to liberate,
Mhm.
can he look for very overworked stall people who are already serving customers and just yoink the shiniest, most expensive thing that would be easy?
Make me okay. So I'm gonna present you with two options.
Yes.
One of them is going to be high risk, high reward,
Mhm.
and one of them is going to be a lot more simple.
Mhm.
If you would like to just make an investigation check, it'll be a DC 10 to succeed.
Mhm.
The DC 10 investigation check will let you see a stall that's overworked, and then for every 5 points above 10, will increase the value of the item you get.
Ooh.
Or
Or.
you can specifically look for an item, and you can come look at my screen for all the items that are on show here,
Mhm.
and I will set a DC secretly for how difficult it is. Because I have a shop generated here.
I think I'm just gonna go for base perception and how I get the shinier.
Investigation.
Investigation. And the higher I get, the shinier. Not 20.
What the fuck?
But what's your total?
20.
So you don't add anything to investigation?
Nope.
So that's 2 points above. So you do succeed, as you were going to anyway,
Mhm.
and that's 2 points above. So, the value of your thing would be uncommon.
Mhm.
You get to choose between an ever-smoking bottle
Mhm.
or boots of elven kind.
Would I know what the boots of Elvenkind do?
Nope, you see some shiny boots and you see a very shiny bottle.
Ooh.
If you get the bottle, you can
Shiny.
Always smoke coming out of your mouth.
Hmm.
Is never a smoking bottle just a bottle that smokes all the time? It does no other purpose.
You're not familiar with the item, you'll have to wait until he gets it.
Oh, yeah,
if
that's
he
fair.
gets it.
Can I take the ever smoking bottle?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Feel free to add that to your inventory in D&D Beyond. Smoke leaks from a lead-stoppered mouth of a brass bottle which weighs 1 pound. When you use an action to remove the stopper, a thick cloud of smoke pours out of 60-foot radius. So it's a 60-foot radius sort of blackout area, and then for every minute that the bottle is open, the cloud increases 10 feet, up to the point of 120 foot of smog.
Wicked use.
Yes, very useful
I
if
think
we're
I
gonna
could
do
use
a
that to take
murder.
everything.
Oh,
What's
you're
that?
meaning for stealing. I was meaning
Yes.
for murder.
Stealing.
If you pull a stopper on this and 60 foot of black smoke appears inside this building, someone's going to notice. It's
But,
not.
well,
it-
I just bought it from this store. I
Yeah.
go to another.
no, but they know. The shop knows that they've just sold you that. The shop in itself is a one unit.
Oh well.
Oh, I didn't. I thought
I
he'd
thought
stole
stolen
it.
it.
I didn't
You
realize.
did steal
I
it.
did
Oh.
steal it.
That's fair. Okay, that's
But
fair.
what?
They do. Oh, but they would know I stole it.
Yeah, they know that there's one bottle missing, so they know someone stole it, and then they check everyone to see who had a bottle on them.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
You could definitely still try it and escape, but it's a way more riskier plan than just whoop and then move on.
You know what, I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna go around stands looking for moss. See somewhere that sells moss.
There's actually some sellers from the Underdark that are selling an edible sweet moss.
Ooh, delightful. How much?
Sort of like a dessert type thing of like it's just a sweet flavoured moss. 2 copper. Just a very simple.
As much as Stan loves his gold, he will be taking some sweet moss.
Can Sorren also get some sweet moss?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
In the distance, you sort of hear, "What do you mean you've lost it? What are you talking about? You've lost it? It's a bottle. How do you lose it? It weighs like a pound." You can hear people arguing in the distance, and some poor employee is being blamed.
How much moss will 2 copper get? Was it 2 copper you said?
A meal's worth, so sort of a serving, sort of think like a handful.
I'll get 3,
3.
Yeah.
Perfect. 3 servings.
so 6 copper.
Don't have any copper.
How many copper is 1 silver?
10.
Okay. I hate doing math. 1. Remove. Add 10 copper. And then remove 6 copper. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Perfect. You guys walk on out the shop with your stolen swag and wonderful feast of snacks. Are you guys heading back to the tavern for a rest? Given that the party is
Exhausting.
actually small rule keeping, you have disadvantage on ability checks, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Roll me another
I do.
d20. How much lower is it?
Rewind.
Oh, that's an 8. Eight.
Oh no.
We will be kind and meet you in the middle
Mhm.
and say that you managed to get the bottle, but the shopkeeper is very suspicious that it was you. So you will have a definite amount of because that's my fault. I forgot to do
Yeah.
rule keeping. You're definitely under suspicion, and they are basically following you round the shop now.
To be fair, at least I didn't say anything, and I bought sweet moss.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm gonna look for my friend to be like, so guys, what did you buy with money?
Nido just looks sad.
Yep. Yous are all heading off to a long rest, I presume, given the severity of the
Yes.
exhaustion.
Yes.
So, are you guys gonna do some? Do you guys want to have conversation before you go to bed, or you just want to go to bed?
I want to grab. I mean, Stan also can come, but I want to grab Needle and Brochan. Well, you're already in the room, but I would bring everyone.
I want to be included.
You totally can be included. You bought your own, and I'm just gonna give Needle a bit of the sweet moss and Brochan a bit of the sweet moss, and just
You guys have a little feast.
Oh, yay!
sweet moss picnic.
It reminds me of home.
Perfect.
Does it?
Yeah, sweet moss was a delicacy where I came from.
Where do you come from?
Surface.
Have I had sweet moss before?
No, it was an Underdark thing.
Okay.
Would Needle react to that?
When he said surface, and the fact that it was clearly Underdark people taking care, it was probably deep gnomes selling it, or Dwargar, which are deep dwarfs. Yeah, you would know that it's an Underdark thing, and that it grows mostly in places with no light. Is a big main thing, so you would react, I suppose.
Needle would just kind of look and smile and then look away.
Yeah.
Where on the surface are you from? I've never had this before.
You know, doesn't actually have a name.
It doesn't.
No,
It doesn't have a name.
no. We never thought of one. It was just a big tribe of us. When we just kind of sat there. We ate moss. We fought for our land. We have bad history with gnomes. They always try to take our things and place, and
What? Okay.
they didn't like us very much. But that's okay, I was kicked out, so I guess it's not my problem anymore. Hey, can we go back there later and try and save my tribe or whatever? Would be nice.
Real casual, hey, can we save my people? They're dying. My people are in danger. Real casual, though. Can we please?
You know,
please save me?
not urgently.
I was
but-
kicked out, but please save me.
Not urgently or anything, but please.
Sure, but we kind of need to know where if we need to go there.
Well, it's not on
Yeah.
any map and it doesn't have a name, but I remember where it was.
You're so frustrating. You're so frustrating as a person.
It's not my fault my tribe never reached out to anyone.
But do you know what's around it? Was it just one
Um,
location, or did you move around?
It's just one location. It's a fairly mountainous area. It's in a cave with gnomes and a different cave that connects. We're constantly fighting for land, and in my tribe,
Right.
numbers it as power. So there's just loads of us all the time, constantly fighting back these gnomes.
Dragonborn's fuck, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
Interesting.
mountainous caves and everything sound
I mean,
anything.
Does this sound familiar to
I
you?
mean, it's an incredibly vague
Yeah.
descriptor. You have indeed seen mountains and you have indeed seen caves.
Okay.
But that tracks.
Yeah.
And again, Needle, you were brought up in the Underdark, mountains and caves. Absolutely. Like,
Interesting.
Those exist.
in all honesty, for you though, the more confusing aspect of that would be caves inside a mountain, because the Underdark is deep. So it's like going that high would be a bizarre waste of time to dig that high when there are existing tunnels. But of course, if they found caves and things like that, and there are the Underdark, although it is deep, is cavernous. So there's definitely like snaking ways up mountains and down mountains that you can caves that you can get lost in and stumble into the dark.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I think our next order of business after assassinating people and hopefully not causing a war is to head to Dragonspark, but other than that, I don't think we have any solid plans, so we can add, saving Stan's tribe. It's just in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, take your time. Most of the people I know are dead anyway.
We're becoming quite the revolutionary.
It's just my tribe. I don't know anyone there anymore. Although I suppose a fair high-ranking member might be alive. They have some kind of power.
They have some kind of power.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What they have some kind of power. Some god, some kind of god dragon. Uncle
They
Tex.
are a dragon?
Uncle Tex.
Your uncle?
No, Uncle Tex gave them the power to live.
Is that? Oh, I'm now really concerned that Uncle Tex is a real person.
Is Uncle Tex
Of
real?
course, he's a
Is
real
Uncle
person.
Tex real?
Of course, he's real.
That's gonna be the biggest plot twist of your character if Uncle Tex is actually real.
He took me to Nervala when I was younger.
Where?
Nervala, land of the dragons.
No, Valnava.
Every time you say it, it gets new consonants.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I'm not gonna kick anyone out, but Sorren's gonna go sit on his windowsill nest and just resume his post of staring dead out the window at the sky.
Who would like to make the long rest roll?
Scared. What is the longest row again?
1d100.
Which one's that?
The two
The two
dice
dice.
on D&D Beyond.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
There you go. 27.
27.
By the way, my door would be barricaded again every night, even without the bedding.
Even without the bedding. Well, don't worry, Sorren's gonna leave you alone tonight. It's a bad experience last night.
Did you not like my beautiful introduction?
No. You stressed me out. And then I had a nightmare. So.
I had quite a nice dream.
all
Maybe I
Stan's
should
fault.
try stressing you out more.
It's all your fault, Stan. It's your fault.
Man.
Tonight, as you guys are settling down for your regular long rest, you guys have had a rough couple last nights. The night does seem to be, you guys are pretty on edge. Everyone is setting up, I presume, the usual, like you're sleeping but then watching for a wee while, and then you're watching for a wee while and then sleeping, so that everybody's kind of guarded, taking turns having a watch.
Nobody's chilling.
Everybody who is taking the watch sees that the night sky is far brighter than usual.
Ooh.
There seems to be some sort of astrological event going on. There are shooting stars, the two moons that rotate each other. So you've got the main moon, and then you've got the moon orbiting the moon. So sometimes they eclipse each other. It looks as if there's just going to be an eclipse soon.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can see that there are, and when I say shooting stars, I mean there are hundreds flying through the sky. There's definitely some sort of astrological event going on.
Wow. No
And you
nightmares.
will take a long rest.
Oh my god.
No nightmares, and anyone who has exhaustion, you can remove 1 point.
Yay!
So anyone who's at 2, you're now at 1. Anyone at 1 was now 0.
How much exhaustion did I have?
You had
God,
2.
You had 2.
2, so
I
I've got
believe.
1 now.
Yeah, so you're now back at 1, which would be, I believe it's just disadvantage on ability checks.
What do the moons have names? I'm sure I've asked you before, but I can't remember if I wrote them down.
They did have names. Let me delve deep into my notes. How the hell am I going to remember where I marked them?
Oh, I love asking awkward questions.
Why would I not have so many stands?
Stan of strength
ever
in
played
all lowercase.
Yeah.
Have you ever played a non-Stan character?
I did once.
Oh yeah?
In my first campaign.
And
What was
everyone
your name in the first campaign? I don't remember.
It was some fancy drow name.
Yeah, it was.
Nasty.
I don't remember what it was. though.
Stand backwards.
It's still separate.
Yeah, is there any reason for the separation of your name? Is it just to make it sound more dragon-y?
Pretty much, yeah. You can't say stand properly, so you go Stan.
Nice.
The tribe was just kind of like, you know what? Stan. Go ahead.
Just hissing in the middle.
Munch.
It's just a bit peckish.
Nom
Yeah.
nom nom nom.
Just a little hungry guy.
Stan when you see shiny thing.
In fairness.
I must munch on crunch.
Not city crunch.
But then what will he have to sleep on?
The moon's names are Domum and Serena.
Ooh.
Serena is the big one, and Domum is the one that rotates round.
How do you spell the second one?
Domum, D-O-M-U-M.
I did that wrong. And the other one.
Serena, C-Y-R-A-N-A.
Sorry. What was that?
C-Y-R-A-N-A.
Yeah.
A-N-A.
Nice.
It's gone.
On forever.
Lost in the void.
Okay.
I did a bit of a hypermobile there.
Oh no.
Owie.
Just double checking, there wasn't an eclipse last night, but it looks like there will be one soon, did you say?
Yeah, it looks like either today or either tonight or tomorrow is going to eclipse.
Okay.
And you guys would know, just as a small note, that the moons are sometimes not visible at night. So sometimes it's just the night sky, because they're a very strange rotation with the planet. Sometimes it's just the sky full of stars.
Okay.
I'm sure I told you guys before, but the stars are collectively known as the cradle.
I genuinely thought you were going to say the stars are a cult.
Stars are a cult. They're watching you.
Unless. Is there religions around the stars?
Yeah, there's the cradle itself is associated with a specific goddess, who's sort of the one that governs the location of the stars.
That's sick.
So they really are surveillance rules.
It's like the birds being robots. But it's the stars.
You believe in stars? Dan thinks that they're just air holes poked into the Tupperware tub.
Mountains aren't real.
Is Tupperware
Mountains
real?
more like nothings.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Wonderful. You guys all wake up after your long rest,
Yay!
after remembering some fun astrology facts.
Yes.
Perfect. What would you guys like to be doing today? There is also, I will remind you, the option of just taking another long rest to immediately get to the day of the thing and remove exhaustion. If you guys want to just relax for the day beforehand, so that you guys are in peak performance.
I don't think Sorren has anything particular to do today. Be happy to just relax and eat
Perfect.
food and drink.
We
Yeah.
smash cut to the next long rest. Who would like to make another roll?
I'll do it. 44.
44.
Oh no.
The night is particularly hot and humid.
Oh.
Everyone wakes up still rested, but you know that cleggy way of just like you've just left the heating on overnight sort of thing. You're all sweaty and just don't feel great after it. Just an unpleasant night, but it does remove exhaustion.
Nice.
A terrible way to start the new day.
Yeah. Does the place have showers?
It does, yeah. If not showers, but baths, hot baths.
Do they have cold baths?
They do. I mean, yeah, they could fill up a bath with cold water rather than hot.
Sorren would like to have a cold bath.
Yeah.
Those can also have a bath.
You absolutely all can have a bath.
Nice.
I have been assuming that the general character upkeep of bathing,
Oh, yeah.
washing, going to the bathroom has been taken care of off screen.
He's just specifically having a cold bath
Yes.
this
Needle
morning.
redoing her hair.
You spend 4 hours every evening doing your hair and makeup. Yeah.
Every time Stan just washes his coat in the bath with him.
Oh no.
Stan takes a bath fully clothed to save water, guys. Come
Yeah,
on.
come on.
Yeah.
It's to save water.
Stan's coat smells like wet dog every morning.
I've been imagining it. It's like anytime Needle comes down for breakfast, she's still doing her hair while she's sitting.
Yeah.
And then she's like, done.
Finally. It immediately gets into
It's
fine
4
runs in
p.m.,
there.
but I've finally finished braiding my hair. Perfect. So, it is the morning of. You guys know that the funeral is due to take place at 12. It's about 8 a.m. at the moment. You guys got up bright and early, got ready, got dressed.
Mm-hmm.
You're heading on out. I presume you're going to meet Ruby before the funeral to get all your stuff.
It's definitely.
As you guys rock up, there's no hassles whatsoever. Edmund passes you each a bag. Now, who wants to be what? The outfits that they have procured as servants. They've got 2 cupbearers. They've got a driver. They've also got 2 general guardsmen that are city guard outfits. And there's also a outfit for... What was the last thing? I remember there being 5. Bartender. So rather than being a cupbearer like a bartender, but being a bartender means you stand at the bar.
Okay.
Bartenders can poison people.
So good a cup mirror though.
I was going to say, Stan
Mythology and shit.
has the dexterity to be a bartender, so he's just shaking things.
So for context, guards and bartender will be stationary positions where you are posted somewhere. And bartender obviously customer facing, guard would just be standing there looking important.
Most likely, if someone needs to be escorted off the premises, it would be by guards rather than cupbearers or any guards
The
and
bartender
or
comes
drivers.
over. Come on, you're not safe.
Yeah, it would be guards or the driver that would take them
Mhm.
away. So we need at least one person to be a guard.
I'll be a cupbearer.
Okay.
Needle needs to be able to leave to do the magics.
Yeah. So Needle
maybe
needs to be
drive or-
driver or
If she can drive. Oh dear.
actually yeah. Can any of us drive?
Needle drive.
I think D&D Beyond has an option for vehicle proficiencies. Did anyone take a vehicle proficiency?
I didn't know they were
Soren
real.
has never seen a vehicle before coming to this city.
I think that answers everybody's question.
Got it.
Cool.
Wait, does that mean I'm probably the most proficient to be a driver?
Driving would
Little
be
guy.
dexterity based.
Is it like
Or
a car, or is it like
Is
a
Stan the driver?
I mean, you're the one that's been around these automated vehicles the most.
My god. Stan might be a driver.
Stan could be the driver. Yeah. How are you guys planning on administering the poison?
It's probably
Depends what kind of poison it is.
Liquid form.
So the bartender, we might need a bartender for that.
Or a
so we can
cupbearer.
or a
throw it in.
cupbearer.
So if it's a bartender, it's less
As you
suspicious.
guys are discussing this, Edmund also holds out a syringe if you would rather do it injection.
I feel like slipping it into a drink is probably easier than and like more subtle than just straight up injecting him.
But what if he's just straight up paranoid and doesn't drink anything?
could be a backup.
Why would he go to a party and not drink anything?
Because he's paranoid and wants to keep up appearances.
Do we have enough of the poison to have the syringe and a vial to put in a drink?
Make me a luck check.
Oh no.
It wasn't asked for.
You like
Well,
pitch your
would she-
syringe into a
3.
drink.
On a 3, no, but Needle does make a good point. You could just syringe it into the drink if you take
that's
it in
true,
syringe
that's true.
form.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we'll see if he's actually drinking things, and if he is, into a drink.
into a drink, yeah. Okay. If you need to, you definitely need to leave Needle to be able to do the murder. So I would say
To do the thing.
to do the thing,
murder.
yeah.
To do the doing.
You would probably be best as a guard, because then you need to kind of just stand there until he is poisoned and then just take him away and kill him. Hopefully, if things go smoothly. So we could have you as a guard and Stan as a driver to like converge outside, take him somewhere and kill him. No one here, you can telepathically communicate with us, so you can let us know if you need us to come help or if it's done and we need to leave or anything like that. Makes the most sense. And then me and small guy here kind of do cups and mingling and
Perfect. So you want the driver for Stan, guard for Needle, and then 2 cupbearers for Brochan and Sorren.
I think so, yeah.
Perfect. Absolutely. He hands those items out. You guys get changed into your costumes. Needle, do you change or do you just cast a spell on yourself? You have the disguise self.
Ooh. I feel like Needle would maybe disguise herself as a normal elf.
Okay.
Just to avoid getting fingers pointed if something goes wrong.
So do
Aren't
you
they
want...
incredibly racist towards elves?
Oh yeah, shit.
What I mean is, do you want to be wearing the outfit and then disguise yourself to look different, or do you want to be like disguising yourself to be wearing the outfit and then drop that disguise whenever you want?
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is the outfit armor at all?
The guards are just like padded. It's like padded armor.
Oh.
It is armor, but it's padded.
She could wear that.
She could.
Yeah. Hello.
The mascot has arrived.
Lottie.
Basking.
Never a regularly scheduled cat break. Oh no.
Run.
Great escape.
Yeah, so you guys are you disguising yourself prior or?
Probably prior, because it's
Okay.
an at-will
Yeah.
type thing.
Cool.
Okay.
You guys are all ready to rock. What? So you guys have been told that you can attend the funeral if you want. If you want to try and do it at the funeral, absolutely fine. But if not, it is a case of doing it at the reception. You guys know that the funeral is taking place at 12, so you guys just waiting around at the stacks, getting into position. Cool.
I think that makes
So,
more sense.
2 cupbearers.
Mhm.
Driver, where are you doing? What are you doing? Are you asking to get a car?
Yes. That's good.
Cool. So
The Brightwoods would have that.
the Brightwoods do have a car. The Brightwoods have 2 cars. They have the one that they travel around daily use, which is probably not going to be very suitable,
And it's going to be linked to them.
and it would be incredibly linked to them. And they also have a generic sort of unmarked vehicle that is just blending in with the crowd. It is a regular person's vehicle.
As well as commoners. I'll take the commoner car.
Yes, absolutely.
Coming up.
Commoner car.
Commoner car. Let me just bring up the maps. Oh, did I not set up the map?
Kitty.
I could have sworn I did. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about
No problem. Hi. Yeah.
Oh. Good boy.
What's the mayonnaise?
Hello. I'm gonna move these so you don't eat them.
It's just a crunchy flavour.
Don't eat my dice, please.
Hello. Oh my god, hi. Is it warm? Maybe a little bit.
He's a disruptive force.
Very welcome.
Oh, you did be the best.
No more laptop space for you.
I don't know the laptop of cat space.
Oh, careful with bracelets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. I love kitties.
Normally people have an ad break. We have a cat break.
Yes.
Cat segment.
Cat segment.
Government mandated.
It's what the people want.
Tail.
We had to get like a cat cam.
I joked to Vinny about getting a little GoPro.
Cat cam. Oh, you had your paw in the thing. Hello. Num num wires. Hello.
Delicious plastic.
Do you like my pad? Oh.
So, in a very rare turn of events, you guys actually get access to the full map immediately because
Ooh.
you get time to go and set up into position. Hi, buddy.
You got the kitty.
Little boy.
Cat distribution system.
Oh, you don't want to look at the
As
cat.
we're setting up, the giant cat walks along.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, puppy. Let's take you in the other room.
Aw.
Kitty. Aww.
He's a good boy.
Guys, quickies left.
Right.
Plan.
Now what we're gonna do?
Does anyone actually have the map we can see?
No.
Oh.
It's Oh yes.
Oh.
Ooh.
Map.
Okay.
Why is my map not mapping?
Why is
Very
the map
fresh.
not mapping?
It's so
Okay.
fancy.
Wait, so
What building is this?
I think this is stacks,
It's
right?
the stack thing.
Okay.
Which bit's the bar? Is it the other bit?
I'm assuming that.
Yeah, I
But
think
also
that's
maybe
the
not
bar.
that.
Which bit
So-
of the map is the bar?
The bar is this area here.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't put furniture there because I assumed no one would be in there. I was going to cover it.
Okay. Oh, it's gone.
Oh,
Oh.
no map.
The map is dead.
Stimmy.
Small amount of. There you go.
Ooh.
We have one syringe of poison.
You have one syringe of poison.
Okay.
Accurate.
At least with a syringe you can like partially inject.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier to see.
Yeah, actually, if before
Oh, hello again,
everyone
Rocky.
else, did we talk to Ruby or just Edmund?
You've seen Edmund.
Okay.
As far as you know, Ruby was either at the funeral or taking details to get there.
Okay. Can we have asked before he left? Hi.
You were locked in the other room. You opened it.
Smart kitty.
If it needs the entire vial of poison to take effect, or if we can just.
Edmund said that ideally, the more you get in, the more reliable it will be.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. And just to double check, the effects will make him appear intoxicated.
Incredibly intoxicated. It's
Okay.
General disorderliness.
Cool. I think good plan is for us to just keep feeding him drinks throughout the evening, and then one of us just slip it in, and then feed him a couple more, and then when he starts acting really drunk, we just call over a guard.
Oh, God. Who calls that taxi?
Guard.
Who
Normal
calls it-
elven
yeah,
guard.
Who calls that taxi?
Yeah, that's a taxi.
Yeah, so absolutely, you guys are setting up. As you guys are set up, Needle, there are a couple places where guards are being posted. There is 2 at the front of the building. There's also 2 at the back door to the building, which isn't displayed on this map because it's just, this is the room where the party's happening. And there's also guards inside the party, sort of milling around just as a general peacekeeping device. It's quite a famous family, so tends to be trouble at these kind of things. And as for the driver, I presume, Stan, you are not on the map at the moment.
I'm not on
and
the
you are
map.
waiting to be called in. So the
Just
2 people
chilling.
who are kind of running the scene as Needle watches from afar is Sorren and Brochan. You guys are introduced to the barman. He is just a very overworked but happy dwarf. Think just your average barman of happy but definitely rolled out of bed, drank 2 Red Bulls and ran to work.
Nice.
But customers will love him.
Oh,
So yeah, you guys are introduced to the cupbearer. You guys are introduced to the bartender and are shown as cupbearers. Essentially, what's happening in this location is there's no food, but as you guys can see, there's just a ton of chairs set out. This is essentially going to be, someone is going to be standing here. If you look on the map, Dan, if you show them the map.
Would be helpful.
Okay.
So some members of the family are going to be standing here and telling stories about the life of the. Obviously, this is a fairly somber occasion, so there's going to be multiple stories told about the life of the people involved. Yeah, so it's essentially just going to be there waiting in the audience. There's going to be no dancing, hopefully, at the funeral.
Hopefully.
Well,
Depends if I show up.
no one wants everybody to be happy at the death of their father and mother. Who you are not sure what happened.
Yeah.
You're not sure whether that mother was buried.
Sorren doesn't want to know. Is there more cupbearers, or is it just Sorren?
There are about 7 of you.
Oh right, okay,
it looks
that's
as if there's like enough to sort of wait every table, if that
Okay.
makes sense. So as you guys are sort of milling around learning ropes a little bit, you guys are kind of treated as new hires, and that you're just getting trained and all that sort of stuff. People being very nice to you, the bartender being very kind.
Nice.
Who has the poison?
I would say you.
Okay, I don't mind.
Well,
We can
what's
roll for it
what's
if you
your
want.
stealth?
My stealth.
This endeavour, depending on what you're wanting to do, if you want to go hide in a corner and do it, will be
Okay.
stealth. If you want to do it in plain sight, it will be sleight of hand.
My sleight of hand is slightly higher than yours. I mean, I'm happy to take it, and I can pass it to you if you have a better opening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Sorren with the poison, you're all being trained, the 2 of you are being trained to deal with the aspects that are happening.
Whoa.
That'll be someone at my door.
The first guests start arriving, they ring the doorbell. That was someone at your real door in Motherwell.
Yeah.
Right. Perfect.
Great timing.
Yeah.
Why is your door?
Someone's
behind
arriving
your
at the
laptop?
party.
That's actually
It's not my phone.
Oh, fair enough.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, people start arriving to the party. You can see that there is just a parade of important people. This is definitely one of those events that is, rather than being intended to actually have the family mourn at the event, it's more of an excuse to push a political agenda onto a bunch of really important people that are very obligated to come.
Yeah.
More people coming in. Yeah, so you guys are milling around, all happy to deal with that sort of thing. As the first couple customers sit down, you start noticing more important people in the city. You don't actually recognise anyone in particular because you don't know what any of the political figures are. But you do recognise Edmund comes in, you recognise Ruby starts taking her position at the front to speak to people, to tell stories about the family. You can see that the twins, there is one in each rounded corner. They've split up. For the first time you've seen them not standing directly next to each other, but they're standing in opposite corners. Just kind of standing, not doing much.
I hate them.
Yeah, staring blankly into the room.
No.
I love the idea that they still finish each other's sentences, so you're just talking to one, it's like, aye, You.
I was gonna say, how do they talk if they're not
Hi.
right to sound?
Yeah.
Oh, how are you? I'm good.
Everyone just stares
Our
at them.
condolences to the family. We're sad. It's like, yeah, okay.
They're both
Jesus
having
Christ.
they're both having two separate conversations at the same time, but somehow still managing to finish each other's sentences.
Yeah, so the family sort of posted around Meliora. Edmund just takes a seat. He looks as if he's just getting ready to blend in with the crowd and look like an average mourner. You guys start serving. Maybe general charisma checks to see how the guests take to your cupbearing, to see if you stand out. Because, fun fact, y'all don't know who your target is. No one got a description.
Oh.
I love the idea that stands just outside to go, no, I'm not a real taxi. Go.
Does Needle have
Uh,
I wasn't sure.
you are a charisma-based spellcaster. I presume you have quite good charisma.
Yeah.
I got 8.
I got that one.
At that one. So you are like table 2 that sits down. It's like an elderly couple of dwarves that are like probably some important political figures. Clearly not anyone in particular that you would know, but they look posh. And as you're like setting down the table, like because you're a child, you're like reaching up to put the alcohol on the table, and it just pours back over yourself immediately. Like it's that embarrassing thing of a kid trying to put something on the table, and it just like the weight goes wrong, the whole drinks thing that you're carrying just flips, and it's an absolute mess immediately. But you do get that sympathetic reaction of like, there's 2 old people watching a child get covered in booze, and it's just like, it's all in your fur, especially because you're a furry animal, you just look bedraggled immediately. So it's like, it's just that you don't look happy, and the adults immediately take sympathy to you. On an 8,
Try and get money.
on an 8, everything, and no one's paying attention to you other than
Brochan.
Brochan.
Nice.
Brochan, sorry. Yeah, so you guys
Just
go about your
give them a
evening,
thumbs up.
moving across that small bit. You get showered up. It's quite easy to prestidigitation alcohol out of someone, so someone very nice in the crowd does that to you. How would you like to scout for your target? Because you have had plenty of time to deal with this.
We should have
Do
definitely.
you know what you're looking for? Do you guys remember the name?
No. Wait, I might have it written
Dan
down.
can't even help here. He's outside.
Could Needle telepathically ask and then tell them?
Mhm.
Could Needle
Of
go
course.
if needed?
Well, if they can, like Needle can communicate with them, but they can't communicate with
Yeah.
Needle. So you could be standing there going, "I'm so glad, like they know what they're doing."
So glad things
They're
are
so
going well.
capable.
Sorry, planned for 2 days to get this done. It's all great.
We know his name's Gortek.
Yep, absolutely. Gortek of the Adamantine Blades is
And
your target.
can I, while taking booze out to everyone, just do like general sweep of the room, see if there's anyone wearing. We know that with the symbol of the Adamantine Blade.
Yeah, you do.
See if there's anyone with that, anyone very blatantly wearing adamantine jewelry or armor or anything.
Absolutely. So,
Or a name tag.
Or a name tag says
Or
Gortek.
one of the reservation things saying like
Oh, yeah.
reserved for Gore-Tex.
you look for the quest marker.
Yeah.
Um,
I want him to be outlined in like
Gold.
bright white so that you know you have to talk to him.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
ray of
He's got-
light
you've
shining
got-
through.
you see someone walk in and they've got like a question mark above their head and like rendered separately.
Press
have-
F to chat.
They have that red dot above their head for an enemy.
He's not an enemy yet. We haven't initiated combat to him. I'm just a weirdo.
Most people who are.
Not as much as Stan is.
That is a fair.
Stan is a lovable weirdo.
And I'm not. Out of everyone in this group, I feel like I have acted the most normal the whole time. You can't say nah and not post any evidence for you acting normal.
Like money.
Stare
Money's
just
fairly normal.
cry every night
I'm keeping an eye out for the fucking weirdo that can fly.
So you're paranoid. You're seeing blind people now.
Yes, I'm paranoid. I was told by the fucking mafia that I'm actively being hunted. Yes, I'm paranoid.
Don't be then.
Don't
To
be
clarify
then.
though, the mafia told you you're being hunted, not that they are hunting you.
Yeah, but they're scary.
Be scarier then.
So, so you guys would like to take I guess if you're looking for this symbol, it will be a perception check.
Oop, what is my perception?
Or if you would prefer, you can do a flat charisma check, no bonuses at all, no bonuses other than just your charisma, to essentially like sort of smooth your way through the party and be like, oh, have you heard anything about blah? Have you like how's your day going and blah? Like trying to find out little bits of information here and there to work out who people are. So you can either do perception or charisma.
I think I'd rather do perception because I don't want to start asking questions and then him go missing and be like, oh yeah, that weird guy at the bar was asking questions and then he disappeared. Okay.
Is
That's
it just
a 9. 13.
And yeah, a d20 for plus your charisma modifier, whatever it is.
21.
21.
Jesus.
Do you roll on that 20 or have you got plus 2?
19 plus
19. Yeah, so you guys are, like, you don't really see any evidence of the symbols, but as you're wandering around, like, people are still being very kind to you. They can very clearly see that it's your first day, and they are being nice to the wait staff, uncharacteristic for all rich people ever. And yeah, a couple is just sitting at a table randomly, and they're like, I just can't believe Gortek came today. Like, the fact that they came at all is ridiculous. And you just hear like gossiping about like, we know the two families hate each other. Like this would be a good time to blah. And one of the women's like, where is he? And you see that the person that she's talking to is like nods over to an older looking dwarf in the corner, surrounded by people who look very similar to them that you presume is family. And you can see that indeed they do have little pins or general bits of armament on them that is representative of the two blades or the dragon. Yeah, and he is an older looking dwarf. You can see that he has sort of Viking style long braided hair, long braided beard. He's got like bushy beard with the mustache braided and the central bit braided. And he's also like pale skinned, bright blue eyes, and decked out in heavy looking, like not necessarily like plate mail, but sort of a cross between a tailored suit and plate mail, in the way that they've got the fine silks, the fine fabrics, but they've got the epithets in like a sort of military way of like the shoulders are metallic, the sort of there's general areas of like metal placed about the suit, if that makes sense. Perfect. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I'll go up to the bar and like try and get Sorren's attention and just like try and get your attention. And if you come over,
I presume you're paying attention.
Yeah, paying attention.
When you come over, I'll like subtly like point out and be like, "That's him." When I'm at the bar, so it's like less noticeable. Does that make sense?
Do you want to take some drinks over to him first off, and then I'll do a circle round everyone else and get him after?
Perfect. You're taking non-poisoned drinks to the table. They barely pay attention to you. You just place down a bunch of drinks. But you're placing down drinks and then people drink them.
Nice.
Does he drink?
Yes.
Okay.
There are 4 people at the table that he's at, and all 4 of them drink. They just each take the cup closest to them and start drinking.
Nice. Okay. Do a couple more passes of the room, just giving out drinks.
Yeah.
Randomly. Go to the bar, get a drink. Drinks for that table. And
Wait till they're waiting for a drink, and then absolutely.
Yeah.
So, moment of truth. Do you want to be doing the sleight of hand, or do you want to try and go somewhere private with these cups?
God, I want to try sleight of hand, but I also want to have waited till he's drank a couple of drinks, so he's not. I don't think he'll be tipsy or drunk, but I want him to have drank a bit.
Okay, absolutely. So you wait like a good hour into the proceedings. You see that Ruby stands up and she starts telling stories about her family. Starts talking about how much she loved her dad and how close she was to her mum. There are tears shed. Anyone can make me an insight check. You're laughing, but
Sorren is not buying
You
it.
can make me an insight check if you want.
No, why do I keep rolling badly?
Yeah, absolutely. Brochan, you can do an insight as well if you want.
+4. No, what did I say?
3,
11.
11,
Just read out
So
my
bad.
modifier.
18.
18.
Yeah.
All three of you believe that she is sad about her parents' deaths.
Does Sorren believe
She's
it
so sad.
because he already knows that they're not related?
You know that they're sad.
Okay.
Like, you believe the performance that they're doing. Like, you can see that she's feeling real emotion.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know in character, or you presume in character, that you don't think they're related, but you've had no confirmation from her specifically. This
That's
is just
true.
an insight check that you have put together yourself.
That's fair. Okay.
But you believe she's sad.
Okay.
Like, that emotion's real. And she's telling stories, and you believe that these stories happened.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so perfect. You guys wait a couple hours. He's had maybe 3-4 cups. He looks fine. Like, he seems like a very hardy. You know that he's an older guy. He's sort of, in human years it would be mid-50s, but for a dwarf that could be anything from sort of 100 years old to 300-400 years old. The sort of margin of error is crazy different on the immortal races like dwarves and elves. Immortal in big quotations.
Yeah.
Immortal in the we don't usually die until we're pushed to.
Yeah.
Functional mortality.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try do this, slip this in his drink.
Perfect.
Fucking hell.
I need my dice because I'm really higher than yours.
You're lucky now.
So,
Sorren's fucking
as a
stressed.
huge moment of truth,
Oh dear.
Oh
let's
Scary.
go.
no.
Oh no.
What
What?
did you get?
10.
Plus
No, 10.
10.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll.
Oh
no.
Actually,
Perception.
I'm gonna roll on camera.
Oh no.
Oh.
Just me. And it's got forever.
Delightful.
I'm gonna use the other one.
The big one. I'm so scared. I may have fucked everything up.
Uh-oh.
That's alright. We'll just square go them.
So,
We need to actually get him outside.
just so that you know,
Okay.
I rolled a 9 on the dice.
The plus.
With a +0, he spots nothing.
Oh my god.
He is, he is not a wise dwarf.
He's a little bit silly.
He is a flat wisdom
He's a double
character.
Holy shit, that could have gone so
That could've gone
badly.
so terribly.
So
But
badly.
with a +0, you guys pull that shit off. So, Gortek is none the wiser. You have a poisoned glass on a tray with 3 other drinks ready
Yes.
to give to him.
I will just go over to the table, make small talk.
Place the glasses in front of them.
Actually, if anyone is still talking, I won't even make small talk. I'll just place the glasses and move on.
So,
And hope they're distracted enough to just drink.
make me just a flat wisdom or constitution to just keep your shit together. Of just like, as a character, how cool are you being with this? You can also do me stealth if you would prefer.
That's an 18.
18.
Yeah.
Fucking stone cold. Bang, 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 gone. No, they don't remember you in the slightest.
Nice.
Yay.
Nice.
5-10 minutes go by, and you start seeing him like he's suddenly like swaying at the table, like belligerently speaking to one of his friends while Ruby's telling a story about like a very close childhood memory she's had with him. Like he's so clearly out of it to the point where Ruby's starting to look at him in the proceedings, and other tables are starting to look at him. And at one point, he starts to stand up and knocks the table over,
Oh,
creating a huge commotion.
Oh no.
I'm gonna.
At this point,
Oh yeah.
what would you guys like to do?
I'll grab Brochan and take him over to the table. Start getting him to like right the table, right
Absolutely.
things.
You guys start clearing the table off. It looks to be people are starting to look at guards in the room to sort of start intervening of like no rich person wants to deal with a drunkard, so they're just looking for any servant type person.
I'll just
Yeah,
any
wave needle
common-
down.
Yeah,
Any
Needle's going
commoner
out, pretend
to
to look
deal
up
with
and go,
this
"Oh."
essentially.
Yeah.
And kind of,
It's that whole thing of I don't want to touch this creature, so fucking take it away.
Yeah, I'll wave needle over
Needle comes
Cool.
over.
quickly.
The three other people at the table are like, one of them is like, leans over and is just like, you've done fucking way too much, Dad. What the fuck have you done? And it's just like, we're gonna take you home. We're just gonna take you home. And he stands up and starts like shouldering his father to like
Fuck.
take him home. And he sees you coming and is like gesturing to the other arm because he can't quite carry
Yeah,
the guy's weight.
Needle's gonna help.
Cool. So you're not disguised or anything, so it's totally
Needle's elfy.
yes, but you're not like a different shape, is what I mean.
Yeah.
So your disguise holds up perfectly fine. You shoulder the weight of this guy. It's a little awkward because it's a dwarf carrying a dwarf and you're an elf, so you're like crouched way lower than you should be, but you're helping carry him.
I might pat the other dwarf on the shoulder, just be like, maybe best let the guards deal with this. We'll get it sorted. You can just sit and enjoy the rest of the
Make me
evening.
a persuasion check.
Fuck me, man.
You're persuading a son to let a cop take his dad off him.
Persuasion. That is 9.
Stop
Right.
rolling 8s.
I'm sorry.
He kind of looks Needle up and down, and it's like he sort of moves his weight off of his dad. Make me a strength check to see if you can hold this dwarf up.
Just drop him on his face.
How do you do strength again?
So
Roll
it
left
should be
one.
just there you go.
That one. 4.
4. As soon as he starts to take the weight off his dad, Needle starts buckling like visibly, and he's like, I'll help. It's not a case of I'm not going to listen to you, stranger. It's just a case of like I can see this guy can't carry this person. So he's
That's fair.
taking his dad out. What would you guys like to do? You can see that they start leading the father out of the room entirely, and they're going through the corridor now to sort of take him outside. You get this. You get the sense that the guy's just taking him home.
Great. I'll follow them and just
Mhm.
like be like, oh, I can take care of it. You can go. Like,
As you're sort of like following them, he's like, "It's okay. No, you have a job to do. I'll take him home. Don't worry."
great.
What a thoughtful young man.
What a thoughtful young man. I hate
Yeah.
it.
He's like, "No, it's okay, restaurant worker. I'll take him home. It's fine."
What's wrong with society these days? Why can't we be selfish?
Soren's just gonna go back to serving drinks to other people and hope everyone else has it.
So as you're carrying them out, you can see that he takes them all the way through the twists and turns to get to the exit. You can see other doors going by and people are kind of milling around. It's not that busy because it's later in the afternoon. Everyone's kind of gone home. And as you pull up, you can see that there's a line of cars waiting to take people home. And Stan in one of those cars.
Stan is in one of those cars.
You see them exit.
Yeah, Needle's just gonna telepathically go to Stan and be like, help, he won't leave. and put the image of that guy who won't leave.
So you go, oh, I see. Gonna pull up and go, ah, oh, does I have a bit too much to
You
drink?
pull up, maybe a dex check to see if you can drive the car.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that mile
This
thing.
could be a good thing. If we hit them both
14.
with the car, they
14,
might die.
you kind of like, it's that way of like first time driver, you stall the car with a clutch for a wee second and then you're like, fuck, okay, go, got it.
It's fine.
So you guys see the taxi, it sort of like shudders and then moves on up. Yeah, and you roll down the window and you can see the guy is like with his dad and he's like, yeah, we're just going to move on across the road, don't worry about it, we'll put him in the back, we'll pay when we get there. And he shoves his dad in the back and starts to get in with him if you guys don't do anything.
I'm just gonna, whoa, are you sure this is like a really big funeral? It'd be really rude if you leave. Your dad's famous enough, I know where he lives, and with the guard's help, we could both get him inside his house and to an appropriate guard there.
Is there anything I can do?
Maybe a persuasion check with advantage because that's a good argument. You're talking about him leaving the funeral of someone that his family is known to not love.
11.
11. You could see that you've made him think. You've made him consider the ramifications of, like, my dad made a big scene. You're probably right, I should stay. But you can see that he is leaning further towards I should take care of my dad than I should take care of my family name. But you can see that he is on that line of,
Yeah.
I'm not sure my dad would be happy with what decision I'm making, but I'm not sure if I can leave him alone.
Could I like deceive him into leaving?
Sure. What would you like to say?
Kind of like I've got this handled. You people probably would judge because everyone was looking, kind of thing.
Absolutely. Maybe a deception check to be like, I'm gonna take care of him when you're clearly gonna
You're gonna murder
fucking
him.
smash his head in 2 minutes
13.
from now. 13. He is, again, he's kind of on that edge of like, I should contact one of my own guards. I'll phone ahead and I'll make sure that someone's waiting for him when he gets there. I'll do that. Perfect. Thank you very much for taking care of him. What was your name again?
Nina.
Nina. Perfect.
Nina, like me.
Oh my god.
You gotta try these things.
It's a
You gotta
different lady.
check.
It's a lovely elf.
You gotta check. As a DM, you gotta try.
Oh my god.
That'll be so fucking funny.
Needle. Oh, fuck.
Oh, I didn't
It's
say
like,
that.
oh, fuck. What do you mean? That's not. Don't say that.
That's my second name.
It's a family name.
Needle or fuck.
Nina's very polite. She's just like,
Yeah.
I've got handled. Don't worry.
So he does like stand back and he lets you get in the taxi instead of him, and you can see him pulling out a crystal, and it looks to be some sort of communications device where he starts contacting someone and is watching you guys. Like he's not just leaving. He's want to see the taxi leave off, and he's want to phone ahead to make sure someone's expecting you.
Okay. As I'm driving, I'm gonna drive like I'm going towards
Make me
the
a dexterity check.
building. I crash and we all die.
No, hold on.
20. 30, 20.
30-20.
Nice.
Oh.
You take off smooth. That is.
Oh.
You're not comfortable with this,
No.
but through a little bit of luck and some good timing, you take off smooth and you follow the road.
Perfect.
Cool. Would use huge key factor.
Mm.
Are you taking him to his house? Are you taking him to the Brightwoods? Or are you gonna drive away a little bit and then look back to that secluded area to shove him off the edge?
I'm going to drive him towards his house so that the sun can see him going that direction. And then when he can't see me wrong, just gonna turn, take him to the edge, attempt to turn to Needle and be like, so, are we disintegrating him here?
So make me another dexterity check as you drive by Brightwood. Oh, not Brightwood. The
Oh, wait a minute. That's a 7. Am I gonna crash off the edge?
so
Please drive right off.
you're not going to crash off the edge, but you are right in front of Black Smoke House. You're just going to like violently swerve the car and like go up onto the pavement and create a huge scene of like people are like, oh fuck, what the hell's happening? And people start paying attention to the car that you're in. It's not a case of like no one's going to chase down a vehicle that's swerved like that. But you get the sense that maybe someone's going to report that at some point to someone.
Do these cars have license plates?
They do.
Fuck. You need to tell the Brightwoods they need to get their
To be fair, the
license plate
Brightwood
changed.
did say it was a untraceable one.
They said it was a clean car. They didn't say it was untraceable. Clean meaning no crimes have been committed in it and we don't drive it.
Would
Just their problem.
would people be able to see in the car to see if like if I disintegrate them in the car, would they?
There would be a huge... Maybe an Arcana check to see what you think Disintegrate does.
22.
22. You're familiar with Disintegrate. It is a thin beam of light, but it is light. So it's one of those things that generates light.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna not stick my hand out, not stick my head out. I'm just gonna open the window slightly, lean back, go, sorry. Just keep driving.
Cool.
On the pavement.
So they know a car with that license plate driven by a black dragonborn.
I lean back so they wouldn't see me.
Cool. Well, you said you shouted out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go open one and go, sorry, as I'm like leaning. The window's here, and I'm like
Right, you're not
back.
leaning out the
Sorry.
window, you're leaning back on your seat so that you can't see where you're going.
Yes.
Cool, make me another dexterity check.
Oh.
I trust in my abilities, even if you don't. That's a 22.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you,
Wow.
shockingly, that does pay off a little bit. You're absolutely fine with that. Cool. So you guys are driving where?
I was gonna say, we're planning on driving along the edge to get to the Brightwood Manor.
So you are essentially, you're starting at Black Smoke now.
Mhm.
You're gonna go, if you look on the map, you're gonna go round this way.
Refreshing.
Show me the path you wish to take.
So, we were at the stack, correct?
Yes.
You've been to the stack, you're now
So-
at Black Smoke.
We went there,
Yeah?
so now we're just gonna. I swerved there.
Yeah?
Gonna go. So that all the guards in the walls can see me.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I
You do
mean,
that.
they're
They
not.
all,
gonna
they
get-
all see you.
But it's just a random car. Nothing wrong
They
with
see
that.
the car, you're correct, yeah. So a car does a loop round, and then you're taking them where?
I'm gonna
To the
go.
Brightwoods or to the edge?
I'm gonna go along the edge, so I'm going this way, so they can't see me once I'm around the other side of the stack.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna take
Yeah.
them to the Brightwoods.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Just make me a last dexterity check to get the last leg of the journey.
Apparently, I'm hopefully good at driving.
Mhm.
5.
Another swerve aggressively, but again, it's something that you feel like no one's hurt, no one's like attacked by it, but you're swerving uncontrollably off the road. People are noticing this car in general, and then yeah, you pull up into the Brightwoods. Now you know the whole family is at the funeral, so what would you guys like to do? And at this point, I presume as well, you guys have served a couple more drinks and then just dip.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you guys going back to the Brightwoods or to the manor? Because you didn't specifically speak to each other about that.
So just
Aspect.
go back to the hotel. 'Cause
Yeah,
then
we're
we
just
can
gonna
meet up with
leave.
them.
Yeah. Cool.
Because I mean,
Sure.
Needle, we said to Needle before that they can tell us
We
Yeah,
can
to
handle
do
it.
anything.
What's the range on your telepathy?
I'm not sure.
Soren also wouldn't have known, so he would have just trusted that.
Across
Needle
the
can do it
world.
the whole
Yeah.
world.
Messaging.
Soren knows nothing about magic. Soren's just like, yeah, you can talk to me in my head 2 minutes away from me. You can talk to me in my head 4 hours away from me. It's all the same.
Oh, it's
Maybe if
true.
you're a wizard like Stan was, with his wizard time.
30 feet.
I was like, I
Yeah.
thought you were a monk.
Yeah, 30 feet.
30 feet. So you can't contact Soren,
Nice.
but that's all well and good.
Sorry, we don't need Sorn. You have me.
So
We
we
should
need
really
Soren.
disintegrate
We have
this guy
Stan.
and call it a day.
Just disintegrate the body. Leave the car.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Actually.
Oh, I've lost the camera.
Oh,
Oh no!
that's not good.
Which camera?
Let's say, before we disintegrate the body, I'm gonna turn to Neil and go,
Oh, my
I'm
apologies.
taking that armour off.
Oh my god!
Oh my fucking god.
Will it even fit you? It's for a
Is he
dwarf.
unconscious or is he awake right now?
He is sort of in that in-between state of drunkenness.
Oh.
But as you guys pull up to the Brightwoods, I think because one of the cameras has died, we're going to leave it cliffhanger for
Ooh.
Oh.
this episode. Perfect. So, I guess
My
we didn't really
God.
think of an outro.
But then,
Vinny, take it away.
money!
Murder
There you
for
go.
money!
Murder for money, guys.